Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning, dude.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, man.
Rise and shine.
Got my cup of Joe here. I'm ready to rock still, man.
Oh, I should have done the cup of coffee. I didn't even think about
You
that.
missed out, man. Maybe
Missed
you
out
picked.
the opportunity. Yeah.
Maybe DJ Rodfather picked a nice long tune for for the mid break, right?
It's actually
Brew up,
it is kind of a longer song. I don't know
brew
if I
up a
got time
fresh.
to brew coffee. I don't got that gay little cup thing.
That's what I assumed maybe you had, you're a
Nah.
guy on the run, right? It's good to have one of those on maybe in the backup, in the
No,
corner.
because I got the whole. I only buy the whole bean Lavazza.
All right, man, a man of
Sometimes
class.
sometimes I'll
Yeah.
do the Starbucks French roast.
I also rock the Lavazza, and we saw a commercial last night. It was starring, man, I believe it was John Krasinski and Steve Carell from The Office, and it was a Lavazza commercial.
No way.
Yeah, man. And I thought, okay, I'm an even bigger fan of Lavazza. I love both those guys, man.
You know, I work in a lot of restaurants, different scale, different
Right.
affordability
Yes.
restaurants, and all the high end places. That's what they serve. You'll go in their kitchen and they got the boxes of it.
Absolutely, man. It's the
Yeah.
best espresso. And you know what's popular
Yeah.
these days? Espresso martinis, man. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
Well, I'm 3/4. I drive a Subaru. I don't know if you understand this yet, right?
Shocker, a plumber's life. You never really come across espresso martinis.
Is it different in region? This is a regional difference here. You're a Chicago guy. I'm a Denver guy.
Right.
You're all about probably the high life and the shot of whiskey or the rye bourbon. Out here, I'm drinking the craft beer, and then when I'm feeling a little sleepy, pass me espresso martini, sir. Thank you.
Nailed it with the rye. Big fan of the rye whiskey.
I went out on Friday night, went to the Snake's house. He does an annual cookie decorating gingerbread house Christmas party. And I can see it in your face. We're old, man. I'm in my 40s now.
I think that's
dude.
like a coming out party.
He ended up being the only one wearing a ridiculous Christmas sweater. So I think he forgot to send out the memo to everybody else. We were all just wearing regular clothes, It's
Poor
a
guy.
great idea for a party. All right. We ordered pizza, everybody tasked with bringing their favorite craft beers, and the ladies love the decorating of the cookies. So you come into the house, it smells like cookies. Everybody's already excited. You got the pizza rolling through the door, drinking the beers. Guys get to hang to the side, talk about guy stuff. The gals get to hang out at the table, decorating the cookies, talking about the gal stuff. And it ends up being, fun, communal. Everyone has a good time, still get kind of drunk. Not as much pot smoking as I remember. We're getting old now. That's the problem.
Yeah, damn.
Less
Terrible.
pot smoking. But it was fun. It was nice being down in the Boulder area. I don't get down to Boulder often anymore. So whenever Snake invites us down, we're like, hey, let's jump on the opportunity, check out some of our favorite places. We were going to go to our favorite stop off from the highway, the Dark Horse, which I think I've taken you to the Dark Horse.
Yeah, I've been to
before.
the Dark Horse.
I worked at the Dark Horse many, many years ago. And that's why we're doing this early show tonight, prime time-ish, Bears, Packers, rivalry game. Normally, I don't care too much about football, I'll be honest. But when I worked at the Dark Horse, I was big into the sports. You got to be big into sports when you're working at the bar. You got to be
for sure. You got
up
to be
to
able to
date.
talk to the people. Yeah.
And when you work at a bar and you're talking sports, no matter what you try, you represent the city you're from. So if you're from Chicago, they're going to talk about the Bears, the Bulls, the Cubs, that will be talked about with you. So you best be up to date on whatever is happening with your local team. If you're from New York, they're going to jar you about the Giants and the Knicks. It's just that's how it goes. So you got to be ready to go. And that's why I loved working there. But either way,
Mm.
we're living in terrible times now, man. Apparently, the Boulder City Council decided, you know what, we're going through it. We need to tear down this entire section of the community and build more housing for students. We have all these students coming in. We're a popular place. We got Neon Dion,
Neon Dion, yeah.
coach. We're a hot destination for the young folks. So, unfortunately, in the crosshairs there is the dark horse. And after 50 years, they are demolishing the dark horse 3 weeks from now on December 31st.
Get out of here. Like the owners had no choice, or
They are trying to stop it from happening, but allegedly the Boulder City Council, which I don't know for a fact, but I'm just going to assume probably 8 to 3 chicks to dudes. I'm just going to assume on the city council.
Almost all chicks. There might be one dude.
They decided they're going to push through with the demolition. It was supposed to wait until the spring. We were supposed to have till March or so, maybe even push it going a little further. But no, they said, unfortunately, according to the Boulder City attorney, they are mandating the demolition to go down on December 31st, 2025. So they're saying that they gotta go through with the project and push forward. So man, it's a tough pill to swallow. The Dark Horse is major institution of Boulder, Colorado, and Colorado as a whole. I used to tell people all the time, you want the best burger and wings combo, go to the Dark Horse. It's your place, but no more, man. That's it. So we figured we'd pick this Bears Packers game to go down there this afternoon, see some of our favorite bartenders there. I don't know most of the cooks. Where I worked in the kitchen, it's like 10 sweaty, drunk, drugged out fellas in their 20s. It's a revolving door. So I don't really know many of the cooks there anymore. But the bartenders and the managers that have been there for over a decade, I'm still very fond of, and we're gonna go pay them a visit. Say bon voyage. I mean, they're not gonna. They're claiming they're gonna rebuild this thing at some point, but it's never gonna be the same.
It'll never come back. No,
it's gonna lose that funky, old, musky, moldy smell that comes with places that have been around since since the 70s. Great.
It's gonna take you 6 to 10 years just to get the golden tee ball to be sticky again.
Man,
like the right kind of sticky,
If you're from Colorado and you've been to the Dark Horse, you know that it's famous. Well, it's world famous. It's called the world famous Dark Horse, but it's world famous for having crap all over the walls. Moose heads, old Playboy covers, just random knickknacks and paddywhacks from all around the entire country, old license plates. And long time ago, back in my hard drinking days, me and the fellas were eating some wings in the upstairs area, and I put a chicken wing on one of the moose heads in the stairwell there, and it lived there for 3 years or so. It was a mini attraction within the attractions there, where we would point and say, "Yeah, Frank put that chicken wing there." It's an old dried chicken wing, right? Those were the little quirks of the Dark Horse. You knew they were deep cleaning that sucker once a year, and they weren't getting all the spots. Hence the chicken wing living in infamy there, up on the moose head. So yeah,
the chicken wing.
That's right, man.
So the city's forcing them to close down, or what? Like, I don't get what happened here.
They're tearing everything down. The Dark Horse built in the 70s. It's grandfathered in, so it was able to skirt a lot of the food safety OSHA laws that exist in all these other modern places. And it definitely was skirting a lot of the retarded green energy crap that Jared Polis has been pushing for the last 10 years. So guaranteed they wanted to condemn it, tear it down, no matter what the plan was. But their plan is they're going to turn the whole thing into this mini hip, urban city thing for the students.
Yeah, it's going to end up looking like every other city.
Well, yeah,
every, you know?
Boulder already has gone through this transformation. What's
Mm.
sad is a lot of the older areas don't look the same anymore. They've gone through major renovations, and so they have this kind of concept that they're talking about doing here
Yeah.
where yeah, it's gonna be this
There'd be luxury apartments and
luxury yeah,
fucking
that's
yeah,
right.
it's so
You
stupid.
can already see they get their Starbucks planned to be
Yes,
there, and
yeah,
you're
there's
gonna
gonna be a
have
Steinhafels, right across the
some
street.
there's gonna be an, Asian noodle joint right there with really bland tasting ramen, and you know the works. It's all gonna be
Yeah,
corporatized, and basically what they're doing is
terrible.
same thing in Denver. They're making it just unattainable for local businesses and business owners to run whatever kind of institution they want. They want corporatization to come in, and that's what's going to happen here. And it's
Yeah.
happening everywhere else. You're losing that identity, man. You know, the flavor of what makes these places great. I saw in a lot of these articles, oh, they're gentrifying Boulder. It's the whitest place on earth.
It's
I
the
don't think
whitest,
you can
most
use the
expensive
word gen-
place.
like, gentrifying doesn't apply to this situation here.
Yeah, they're just making it new white.
Extra white, pearly white.
Yeah,
They're
pearly
bringing
white,
in
there
the
you go.
crest whitening team, and
Yeah,
they're
right.
making it extra
Right
white
now you
there.
guys are like an eggshell white. We're trying to make it pearly. Yeah,
That's
damn.
right, man. So
Well,
sad times ahead, but
yeah,
either way, I've now lost. I had two reasons to come to Boulder. That's now gone. The last one is the place I used to work at also, which is the Pearl Street Pub. Love the Pearl Street Pub, but it's hard to get downtown Boulder. So I'm down to visiting Boulder once a year now at this point. Congratulations. You
sad.
guys
Yeah, it's
you lost
sad.
you lost a customer, Boulder. All right.
I'm sure they're feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh no, this 40-year-old man won't come
The
to
thing
Pearl
about
Street.
Boulder, it's just unaffordable, which most places are now. That's why a lot of people aren't eating out as much. They're maybe
Yeah,
not going to places like Boulder and sticking to their hometowns. I know it's still expensive, but I could probably shave $10 to $20 off my bill if I go eat out at Old Town Arvada or one of the smaller downtown local places around the suburbs where I live and avoid downtown Denver or downtown Boulder where they're jacking up the prices because they have to pay their basic level employees like $25 an hour now, plus healthcare
yeah.
insurance and all this other crap. So
And then you're paying like a double tax for some reason.
living wage
Yeah.
always ends up creeping onto the tax or the totals now on your bills. If you pay attention to the menus, they've redesigned a lot of menus out there, especially in places like Boulder, where at the bottom there it says, "Oh, we're applying, a 5% living wage tax onto your bill."
Yeah, go
On
fuck yourself.
on top of the expected 20 to 30% tip. I saw something going
Yeah.
viral the other day where they're now expecting something like an 80% tip out because of how
Nah, that's not
expensive
real.
it is to
AI.
live.
That's AI. There's no way. 80%.
It's where
The
they're
the
going with it, man.
30% is crazy. It used to be 15, your options were 15, 18, or 20. Now it's like
Right.
20, 22, 25.
I've talked about this many times on the show. I think it applies more now than ever, considering with inflation and then these bogus, bizarre, weirdo extra taxes and percentages they toss on there without saying anything, by the way. It'd be another thing if they're like, by the way, before you start ordering, we're adding X and Y percentages
Yeah,
to your tip
right.
to pay all these. No, they
Right.
never say anything, right? You see it at the end. But that we're living in a new world here where with the inflation and everything else, that meal, that sit down where I used to have a beer and a burger, it used to be $70, which was expensive. Now it's $130.
That's
And you're still
crazy.
expecting the 20% on that
Oh,
120
yeah.
$30. What 20% of $70, a lot different than 20% on $100 plus
I know, yeah.
order, man. There's a whole new ball game.
One, I don't really notice leaving my bank account. The other one, I'm what?
Well, and this is why I insist, folks, get back to buying and paying in cash. Cash is king, man. You pull out that cash, you're getting a physical representation of how you're getting robbed in real time. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, this is a lot of money, actually.
But think about, like, just in one day, you really how much cash you gonna carry around with you?
I love carrying cash. It's king, but
Man.
brings me to my second point. Great call. Now that everything costs $200 or more, you're walking around with a wad of cash like you're, El Guzman, Guamo. What's that guy's name? You're selling drugs, right?
That's what I'm saying. You got to go grocery shop. You got to break the band on the hundreds.
At the very least, carry cash with you and tip in cash. And I do the 20-10 rule. Decent service, base level, here's $10. Thank you for your time. Great service, hey, you're getting the $20. Enjoy it.
Nah, come on.
Yeah, $20. That's all you're getting, man.
20
yeah,
bucks?
I'm cheap now. That's right. Have you seen? I used to work in these positions, man. It was minimum wage, which used to actually represent minimum wage, and then you worked for the tips, which meant you had to have a positive attitude, be on your toes, refill my drink, bring my food to me when it's warm, not let it sit in the window, be attentive, wipe down the countertops. Have you gone out lately? Have you seen how lazy these bums who are making $20 an hour have become? These pretentious douchebags now believe that they are entitled to your 20% tip off of your jacked up price bill, and they're barely giving you base level service. You get $20, man. Enjoy it. If I really like you, we went to a place we like, jacked up price, great service, man. The guy knew what kind of whiskey to offer us. We picked a bourbon that looked good. He goes, hey, let me actually recommend this one. Gave us some of the notes and the flavors that we might enjoy. Brought us our food in a timely fashion. Was attentive to our drinks getting low. I mean, you got $30, bro. It was a great experience. And that was well over the 20% mark.
Yeah.
You got to earn it, man.
It's because it became like you don't have to earn it now. It's just expected. Everybody has to give you 20%.
I'm just jaded because I worked in the industry for so many years, and when I didn't earn it, I felt it financially. When I was a dick to everybody, man, that was a lowly looking tip jar for a while. You know what I'm saying? I had to spruce it up a little bit, bring a little humor, and also
you got to be nice.
Make a good burger. Yeah, you got to be nice, man.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, we go to this restaurant all the time for breakfast. Great breakfast, but man, the one lady, she like forgot my toast last time.
Come on.
Never comes to refill the coffee.
And then they're sitting there like Rob Schneider in Home Alone 2, what do you mean, man? Did you earn it? I don't think so.
Like the other time I was out of coffee for so long, and then she came up without the coffee, just asked me if I wanted more. Yeah, bitch, I'm eating my meal. I want more.
When we had the layover in Austin, Texas, we went to this burger/bar joint, and Emma ordered a shot of whiskey and a beer. And the guy comes over and gives the beer, walks away, and we're waiting to order the food. Finally comes around to taking our order for the burgers, slowly puts it in, and then Emma says, hey, can I get that shot of whiskey that I ordered? And he goes, oh, I poured it in your beer for you. Emma's just sitting there in just complete shock and says, oh, that's why the beer tasted so scuzzy. And the guy's like, yeah. And then he just walked away, like, no apology. No, like, you know what? That did seem kind of retarded. Why did I do that? No. Nothing. No acknowledgement whatsoever. Continuing shitty service. And then to top it off, he turns to the guy next to Emma and says, can I get you anything else? And the guy, pissed off, says, no, I'll take my bill and you can take off the iced tea that you never served me from that bill. And the guy goes, all right. And then just turns around and gets the bill out. Like, man, what happened to frickin' service, man?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about their job anymore. Dude. You know what it is? Because nobody's really a server or a bartender. This is just something they do until their podcasting career takes off.
Exactly, which I understand. We're in the same boat together, man.
I get it, but let's go do a job, man. Do your job. Pretend like you're happy to be here, you know?
Just put a little effort and thought. Don't be a fucking retard zombie through the whole process and pour a shot of booze into the beer.
Where did you get that?
Nobody asks for that. Nobody. No. What planet are you from, dude?
Is she a 1950s steel worker?
What? Did they crank CERN to 11? What universe, what dimension did we just seep into where this guy thought it was a common procedure to just dump a shot of bourbon or booze into the beer?
Young guy? Early 20s?
He was an old urban fella. And I'm going to say, maybe just going through the motions without even really thinking about it.
Yeah,
maybe hearing what he wanted to or not hearing at all, or maybe going out of his way just to be kind of a dick to somebody. I have no idea. Somewhere in between all of those options, I can presume, right? But bottom line is we're living in tough times, financially speaking. We discussed it the other day, and it's basically becoming a little bit more apparent now to most people, as we were alluding to, considering inflation and where the economy is at. But U.S. consumers ended up throwing down $1 billion on buy now, pay later services.
That's fucking crazy.
Which
so sad.
I love this modern era we're in. This harkens me back to the men who have sex with other men phase, where we used to have a term for that called gay men. We take these simple terms and then just make them impossibly long. So they're now discussing how consumers are throwing all this money into buy now, pay later. We used to call that credit. I don't know if anybody remembers the old days. That used to be called buying on credit. It's very simple. It means you don't have the money to pay for it, so you put it on credit, man.
You can't afford it.
Right.
You can't afford it. I don't understand this idea. I don't have the money for something, so I'm going to buy this thing on credit for somebody else. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with people? You're not even. That's crazy. If I have no cash, if I don't have the money, and I'm having to use a credit card, that's for my survival at that point.
Yeah, I guess
so. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you're that broke, when it comes to survival, what are you doing, bro? Use your SNAP benefits. Come on, man. Dip into the SNAP, man. Come on.
Right. I don't know, man. That's fucking crazy. Well, I'm paying interest on that.
How many of these people in this $1 billion credit club, or I'm sorry, excuse me, buy now, pay later club, how many of these folks are on SNAP benefits, getting the free food snacks? How many of these people are collecting disability benefits from the government? How many of these $1 billion credit shoppers are on some sort of government handout program? I'm sure it's a high percentage, man. Ultimately, we live in this world where you have all these government handouts available to you. Why not stack up $1 billion worth of credit on buying now and paying later? Maybe I'll pay you later. Maybe I'll default. Who cares? The system's bunk anyways. The Gen Z kids now, they're going on TikTok, playing with American dollar bills, talking about how it's monopoly money now, and it's totally worthless.
It's kind of true.
Gen Z is ahead of the curve here. They're aware of the reality of this world, man. I'm telling you. But we discussed it. Breaking points.
I would give them too much credit because they also think Dogecoin is real.
So maybe they're the ones to take Doge to the moon, baby. Right?
We'll see.
Breaking Points kind of got down with this whole scenario that has played out over the weekend. A lot of people, I guess on the right, maybe MAGA folk, they wanted to celebrate the economy and say, hey, look, it's looking pretty good. We got people out there spending billions of dollars on Black Friday.
Because they're like, record spending. Yeah, because everything is so expensive. Of course.
Which is what we talked about. And then they also kind of dabble into this whole idea, and maybe this plays into the record spending, which we discussed, that millennials, Gen Z, and below, we have nothing to look forward to. There's zero potential home ownership in our lives. Let's just go spend, baby. Let's have ourselves a bonanza at the mall because it doesn't matter at this point. We'll never own anything anyways. Let's go get that Nintendo Switch, man. Yeah, that's
Bring back the YOLO.
Absolutely, man. I love the YOLO life, man. I'm living for YOLO, baby. So they give a nice little breakdown on some of the numbers pertaining to this spectacular amount of Black Friday spending and what went down truly over the weekend, or the Black Friday weekend. I waited and I went this weekend. Mall kind of happening, man. I got to say, people were out there shopping, but we walked away with a couple bags worth of stuff, and I'm now begging for some mercy financially from the credit department. I'm like, please, just give me some time to pay this off, man. All right, here we go. Breaking points, giving us a breakdown on the reality of what's going on with Black Friday.
Let's put the next piece up on the screen. So much of the illusion of prosperity in America is just like a figment of our imagination. So I saw these headlines after Black Friday of like, oh, Black Friday spending is up. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe that's a good sign. But then you start to dig into the numbers. And here's Business Insider. They say that Black Friday shoppers are now relying more on buy now, pay later plans. Here's how that could backfire. And put the next piece up on the screen. This person, Adam Carlson on Twitter, or Cochran, sorry, broke down a bunch of the numbers here. So he says, yes, there was a 9.1 increase in spending on Black Friday from last year, but there was a negative 1% in total item volume from last year. Prices were 7% higher.
Dude, that's the greatest stat. Spending was up 9%, but the total items bought was down 1%. So everything was just so much more expensive.
Absolutely. I can personally attest for this. We went to, Emma has this favorite store. It's not Abercrombie and Fitch, but it's Aristotle or one of these nut job places where chicks fawn over and then they spend $500 in a heartbeat.
Right.
And you know, we're in there. She got like 4 sweaters and a pair of jeans, and she looks at me and it's like, this is going to be expensive. And boy, howdy, it was expensive. I'm not going to lie. And we ended up leaving not too long after, and I would argue we spent more than last year and had far less stuff in these bags, man. It was pretty outrageous. So they jacked up the prices.
Consumers bought on average 4% fewer items. So they spent more and they got less. Okay, that's number one. And an 11% increase on buy now, pay later use. Klarna specific, which is one of these buy now, pay later companies, specific use was up 45%.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
And the best part about that is, I think it was my inverse Kramer bought Klarna, so I bought a bunch on my own.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So Kramer went out there and said, avoid this Klarna stock. I don't know if you're crazy, but I would avoid it at all costs. And so Inverse Kramer said, go all in Klarna, and then they had a 45 increase in volume.
Yeah.
All right. How's that stock looking?
They're looking good. I don't know. I haven't checked the stock. Sure,
we're in rough times, folks.
By volume since last year. Roughly 11% of all Black Friday spending was financed through BNPL, and 84% of all purchases were financed by credit cards, where most, 67% of those consumers expect to not pay the full balance in the first month. So overall...
Yeah, that's crazy.
Excuse me?
That's crazy.
2/3 of these purchases, 84% of these credit card purchases, 2/3 of them won't be paid off in the first month. So that means
you got interest.
That's a gnarly expense right there. Mike, $450 for that Nintendo Switch. Come on, man. I mean,
man.
You got to make some sacrifices here, right? Keep the kids happy. And by kids, I mean 35-year-old dudes with nothing else to do.
Know,
that's probably what's going on here.
That's the saddest part.
They got to play that new Zelda, man. Come on.
I mean, if you talk to a kid about what they want for Christmas, if it's like a 12-year-old boy, he's not going to tell you anything under $400.
Right. I work with a guy who has like a 6-year-old kid, maybe around that age, 6 to 8. And he was telling me how the kid had like a list of 3 things, and one of them was a whoopee cushion. And another one was some wood board game of some sort. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, man, you got a great kid right there. You raised a good one, man. He just wants stuff that'll make him laugh. I'm glad the whoopee cushions are back with kids, though. That's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, I think no matter what, 6 years old, farts are funny. No matter your race, what culture you're from.
Universally farts
yes,
are
man.
funny,
You know, the fart is funny, and you're going to enjoy a good whoopee cushion. 2025. And I was asking him, I'm like, where's the whoopee cushion technology now? I mean, it's got to be digital. You can control it with an app on your iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be in some really high-tech, high-end whoopee cushion territory these days.
I don't think so. I think it's still the same.
I hope so, honestly.
I don't think you could really improve on that model.
I'm pretty sure you can please a kid with anything as long as it's wrapped in glittery, bright red paper with the ribbons and the bows, and they just get to tear into it like a maniac on Christmas morning. That's all that matters, man.
Yeah. It's awesome to have, like, I'd rather have a lot of little gifts than one $450 Switch, you know?
You say that as a millennial nearing 40 where, who knows, man? These kids now, we're in the digital age. Maybe that's all they want. They see the adults just zombied out and droning through their phone. They probably want the phone. That's most likely number one on most kids' list. The phone, tablet. I see a lot of kids with the tablets, man.
Yeah.
So you probably want to get the adult tablet at some point.
So sad though, man. Do not put that shit on credit. Do not put it on credit.
We got more. Should we keep rocking this clip? What do you think?
If you want to. It's just a sad,
We're living in a sad reality is what you're saying. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a little
sign of the times,
A total of 95% of Black Friday shopping was financed. 95%. And 67% of that was financed on debt that consumers do not expect to be able to pay in the next 30 days. Because it's one thing if your habit is just, I put it on the credit card and they pay off the whole credit card for points or whatever. Like, okay. But we're talking about 2/3 that are saying, no, I am taking on more debt to buy the Christmas shopping, the gifts. And I do not expect that I will be able to pay that off in the next 30 days.
All right. Well, they go on for a while. It's a great clip. I'm not sure how long that takes to get to the point where they kind of reiterate my point from a previous episode, which is they do not have that potential dream. They cannot attain the American dream of home ownership and the 2-car garage with the 2 cars in it. So while they live in their rented apartment, they're going to buy that jacked up super truck, the F-350, whatever. With all the
rack up the debt, buy whatever you want.
Why not get the Tesla with all the fun tools and toys and the car that drives itself? I mean, you might as well, right? Because you got nothing else to live for. So
that's why you see guys with brand new trucks, 84-month loans. Oh, so many months.
But you don't have the mortgage. You don't have any of that crap.
Yeah, but you still got to pay rent,
Right, but rent is all you got. That's all you're going to be paying for the rest of your life, man. Rent. And they'll just keep jacking it up or not. You could live in places, you can move to New York where I think, isn't Ma'am Danny claiming he's going to cap the rent, stop it at a certain point?
So stupid.
Or you can move into a government-owned apartment building. We used to have those. What do we call those back in the day, Mike?
The projects, man. How'd that work out for him?
Not too good. Not too good. So yeah, that's the reality of our world with the Black Friday and everything else. But I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas either way. Go out there and buy something, man. Come on, spend beyond your means. It doesn't matter. The dollar will be devalued anyways, and we'll all be using Bitcoin run by the government, tied to our social credit score system.
That is scary.
And that's where we're headed, man.
That would be scary.
So just behave and know, as we do, that from time to time it behooves you to sing praise and thanks to our future Chinese overlords. Oh, Jinkuya, Hiroshima, thank you. So
Stocking
sorry.
up on the yen, Stock up on the yen. It's coming. No, they're not doing good at all, man. China's
not in a good spot. Right. No, I couldn't agree more.
Well, neither are we. Our economy it's probably going to crash under Trump.
I almost think
they're doing it on purpose.
No, I'm not. I think Trump's the guy we want behind the wheel of this crashing car. He's maybe the one given to us by providence from God, aka a la
Steve Bannon.
Maybe that's why he missed those bullets whizzing by his head. He's here to deliver the United States from sure destruction. I mean, what if Kamala was in power here? The banking system would already be in place. We'd all be in line right now for our 10th booster shot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just in order to pay our bills and buy some groceries.
I love how COVID keeps popping up once in a while. Like, nobody's buying that shit. Come on.
Right. Well,
come on.
It's funny that it pops up no one's taken the boosters or the flu shots. I noticed. I used to hear a lot more flu shot talk back in the day. People have woken up to the fact
I
that
think they woke up to it. Yeah.
via COVID and the flu shot, people realize, hey, I take that shot and then I'm the one who's sick. And everybody else who doesn't take the shot, nothing's going on with them. What's happening here, man?
It's almost like their body's fighting it on its own.
They're giving you the sickness with the shot. You haven't woken up to that.
Or they're just weakening your body, and that's why you're getting it. God only knows what's in this. I mean, this whole thing with the aluminum in the vaccines now.
So apparently now that's a good thing. If I'm to understand where they're going with... It's amazing how... It's always a one-way street with this stuff, but it always starts with, no, that's a crazy conspiracy theory. There's no aluminum in these shots. Right. And then it gets to, there is aluminum, and here's why it's good for you.
Why wouldn't you want it? No, their argument is they pretty much can't produce a vaccine without the aluminum.
Right.
So,
yeah,
you just have to inject your kid with aluminum. Right? It's like,
I think that the claim is that you have to, the aluminum adjuvants, is that the word, I guess? I'm not smart enough to understand this. I'm a certified moron. Absolutely. But
I'm just a plumber.
They're in there. The aluminum is put in there safely, according to Nature magazine. They safely put this aluminum in these vaccines, and they've been doing it for decades, folks. Has anything been going on with the kids for the last couple decades? No, come on.
No, there's not a rise in anything.
They put it in to boost the immune responses against the diseases such as diphtheria, tetanus, and this now famous hepatitis B vaccine. And they're saying there's overwhelming evidence of the safety.
Dude, it's so funny. How many times do they have to say safe?
They're claiming there's a 2025 Danish study of over 1 million children finding no links to autism or food allergies, and that Health Secretary RFK Jr. pushing to remove this is founded on is completely based on unfounded claims. That's according to these advisory committees, especially the one on immunization practices.
But here's why I don't believe you, is because for decades RFK was saying they're putting metals in these vaccines, and that's what's causing this autism. You guys were like, there's no metal in these vaccines. Right. You know what I mean? Yes. And then now you're like, well, there is aluminum in there, but it's safe. Why would I believe you now that you've been lying for 10 years?
Right. And well, my favorite part is, yes, it's in there, but we need it in there. It has to be in there. Otherwise, we can't do the vaccination. Well, okay, well, how about we don't do the vaccination?
Yeah, I know.
Can we skip the vaccine?
What's the alternative? I mean, how many babies are getting hepatitis? I didn't know there was an epidemic of hepatitis in the baby community.
Right. Especially when, I was born without this hepatitis vaccine in the schedule, and not a lot of people born in 1985 that were dying of hepatitis B or had liver complications. They're claiming this causes like psoriasis and liver complications if you don't take this shot schedule, the hepatitis B vaccine, allegedly, and it's a 3-dose series. So if you don't take it, you could potentially end up with, cancer and all this other stuff. The psoriasis, I know, and the liver failure. Luckily, we got RFK in there, and he's got Robert Malone and all these other guys on the panel, and they decided, okay, well, we're going to leave it up to the parents. I guess it's up to the parents when you want to take the shot.
And that's how it should have always been. You know what I mean? I'm not against you guys making your money, and I'm not against parents who want to give it to their kids, but it should be a choice. I shouldn't have to give it to my kid to send him to school.
Right. No, they do it in other countries. this way. They let the parents wait, I think, till up until
Like
10 years
12.
old,
Yeah,
right?
it's like, yeah.
So, like,
No,
in
the
all
UK did it, and it dropped the rate of autisms.
right,
It's like,
I gotcha.
Frank, no scientific evidence, and it's safe.
Well, and my whole thing with this is why can't we just try it out? So hear me out here. We just forced this on 2 generations of kids, and we had a major spike in autism. Can we test out 2 generations of kids without it
Without
and
it?
see
Oh,
if
yeah.
maybe it goes down a little bit, or just let's do a little science
call.
experiment here and test out what would happen if we didn't
Good
force the kids to
call.
take this at such a young age.
Or do it like we'll do it in California,
Right.
but not over here, you know?
In fact, I like this idea. Do it in all the liberal places that they want the vaccine in the schedule, and then all the other MAGA Maha parts of the country, they can just kind of wait or do it at the parent's discretion. You know, parent working with the doctor and the physician. And we'll roll that way for 10, 20 years, and we'll just see which states have more retards than the others. We can just base it on that. Not retards. I know autism isn't retarded. It's a spectrum, bro. And I don't want to insult anyone out there like Tim Walz, who may actually be retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's the R word.
He's on that spectrum.
We're gonna have to talk about that. But do you want to do a clip on the whole hepatitis B thing? We don't really know what we're talking about, but they do, and we got nightly news here. What do you think? You want to hear a quick lowdown? All right.
I want to hear their spin.
Yeah, man.
A long-standing recommendation that all newborns should be vaccinated for hepatitis B. The change slammed by many in the medical community. Here's Ann Thompson.
No, I'm sorry. The debate was impassioned. We will see more children and adolescents and adults infected with hepatitis B. And contentious.
We have still not had any information or science presented. This is unconscionable.
But Secretary Kennedy's hand-picked committee of vaccine advisors voted to end the recommendation that all infants get the hepatitis B vaccination at birth.
One of the first clips, actually, where I haven't heard them call them vaccine skeptics. They almost always refer to it as a panel of vaccine skeptics. Where's Amy Goodman here? Can we get some water and some Amy Goodman? She knows how to talk about this.
Yeah, but when you guys are reviewing vaccines, I want it to be a panel of skeptics. I don't want it to be a panel of paid actors. You know,
right.
That's why they're with Bill Gates,
and that's why there's so much outrage about this, because their paid shill actors aren't on this panel. So we got to be outraged. Oh, the kids are gonna die.
And that's just you're lying about stats. No kids were dying from hepatitis B.
Well, Mike, you're wrong. And you know what? Now we're gonna see endless childhood deaths.
Hepatitis B can lead to chronic liver disease, including liver failure and cancer. The vaccines all but eliminated the virus in children. One reason why the American Academy of Pediatrics...
But when was it an epidemic that it necessitated the elimination from children? I don't understand this.
Where we had to inject it to every kid. Not just maybe just give it to kids who might be at risk of hepatitis.
And why within 24 hours of them being born, man? It's totally nuts, man. It's like the second the kid comes out, it's like, we gotta fuck with this kid's biology right now.
It's crazy.
That's
how you get them for life.
Absolutely, man. Customer for life, bro. That's what it's all about, right?
Blasts the change.
Children in America are less safe. They are vulnerable when we have a duty to most protect them.
Is there any evidence that the Hep B vaccine poses a danger to infants?
None whatsoever.
See, like, I will never believe that. Right? I'm never going to believe that.
Right. Well, are you as confident with your 0% incident rate for autism and vaccines as you were with your 100% safe and effective with the COVID vaccine? Are these the same guaranteed absolute percentages?
Which 4 years later is like, oh, we did kill 10. We killed 10.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Come on.
Well, here's the problem with you experts. We stopped believing you 5 years ago when it was 100% safe, 100% effective, and that percentage just whittled down slowly over the course of 5 years.
Dude, it's insane. No vaccine is like there's no threat at all.
Great call. If you're going to drop a guaranteed absolute percentage of any kind of rate, I don't believe you. You're a paid shill for either side. I don't know who you're representing, but you're lying, man.
No, I know you're lying about everything.
Yes.
Not even like a point zero. There's not even a 0.0001% chance that somebody might have a reaction.
Just lie to me a little bit. Give me a little bit of respect here.
Right. Well, we did find that 3 out of every 17 million.
Exactly, man. No, not even a little.
Marty McCary says it's an issue of parental choice.
There is no scientific evidence that there's a benefit of doing it on the first day of life versus at age 10 or 12.
Except the percentage of those cases is dropped 99%. Isn't that scientific evidence that it works?
It would drop that much if we continue to immunize the subgroup who benefits from it.
And that's what they kind of don't talk about here, is that there's a subgroup of our culture who's more specifically prone to having this issue in their birth situation.
We won't say it.
Yeah, we'll let it float out there, and you know what, folks? Check out Grok and just ask him what subcultural group in America has an issue with babies born with hepatitis B.
Yeah.
It's all right.
The committee still recommends infants born to moms who test positive for Hep B or whose status is unknown get the newborn dose.
Then what's the problem here?
I know, yeah. Okay, I'm okay with you giving it to the kid whose mom has hepatitis B. That kind of makes sense.
Yes, man. Oh, carry on with the mom who has hepatitis B. Vaccinate away, my man, please.
As a matter of fact, after you're done vaccinating the baby, help the mother. Why don't we?
Do you have a vaccine for mothers with AIDS? Vaccinate away, my man. Help that kid. Absolutely. But do we have to give an AIDS vaccine to every kid born in America? I don't think so, man.
When they're first born, first day.
Unbelievable stuff. Well, I think we pushed home our point.
No, and then it just goes back to, who are you going to believe? The lady who's like, none. No risks at all. Or the guy who's like, listen, there seems to be a risk. We just want you to wait till they're 12.
I know.
We're going to keep doing it to the babies with the hepatitis mom, but we're just recommending everybody else, if you want it, wait till 12. One just seems way more based in reality.
Absolutely, man. And again, the panel voting on this, we got the guy who's one of the creators of the mRNA vaccine, and you guys still call him a vaccine skeptic, a guy who took the mRNA vaccine. And
he was one of the leading experts.
And he's out there
until he said, "Don't take the COVID shot."
Now he's a skeptic. NPR goes all in on how he's a skeptic and how this whole panel is made up of all these, crackpot pseudo doctors. And Robert Malone is always highlighted as being the king crackpot pseudo doctor, even though he's, if you just even simply Wikipedia him, and Wikipedia owned by the CIA. So even the CIA is like, yeah, that guy created the mRNA vaccine and he kind of actually knows what he's talking about. That's the kind of skeptic I want on this panel, man.
Absolutely.
He was in on the creation of vaccines and within the world of innovative vaccine creation, to the point where he believed in it so much, he took it himself, and then he's like, whoa, I am injured from this vaccine. We need to stop this and start being a little more critical and vet what we allow or push onto the vaccine schedule to newborn infants. Is it so radical, so extreme of these people to just say, can we give a little bit of grace and let the kid live for about 48 hours before we start jacking them up with every freaking medical experiment we can think of?
Pfizer, do you have to make a profit from day one?
I know.
Can you hold off on making money on these kids? A couple days. It's so sad.
That's all we're asking.
That panel should be on our side, not the side of the pharmaceutical companies. You know what I mean? They should be skeptics.
Yeah. Absolutely. But in reality, I think this just exposes the raw nerve in legacy media and truly who controls the information pipeline in the mainstream. And we know who finances that information pipeline. That's right. I wanted our show to get disrupted. I wanted a little
Look at that.
anarchy and chaos on today's episode. But according to Time magazine and this incredible expose that they dropped conveniently this week as they decided to vote on this vaccine schedule for the first time this century, child mortality is likely to rise. Oh boy, that is scary stuff, man. And
it has nothing to do with that man's mosquito farms.
Of course,
so you know,
right?
nothing to do with his mosquito farms.
The Slytherin himself, Snake Master, Bill Gates, on the cover of this article and the basis of this read. Highly recommend it to everybody. And according to the Gates Foundation, that's Gates Foundation, created by Jeffrey Epstein, never forget, but no longer Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because she had to leave him because of Epstein, right? Always throw in the Epstein digs. But according to this and to the Gates Foundation, they're claiming the underage 5 mortality rate dropped by about 59% since 2000, and they believe now they're projecting 3.4 million deaths and a 6% rise here in 2025 due to setbacks in the routine vaccination, nutrition, and healthcare access schedule. They're, you know it, man. They're claiming the destruction of U.S. aid, our favorite, is a major reason.
I can't wait
this.
for the numbers to come out. I cannot wait for the numbers to come out.
Well, apparently, funding shortfalls have hit the hardest in low-income countries, and 80% of child deaths occurred in these countries due to pneumonia, diarrhea, and Bill Gates' favorite, malaria. Yeah, so we need more mosquitoes, Mike. He's got to make more mosquitoes to fight off the malaria that's killing all these kids in Africa, man.
Isn't it insane that he's growing mosquitoes and then now child mortality is going down from malaria, and then he's going to make money off of vaccinating them for malaria? I'm starting to think you created malaria, man.
This scam is freaking brilliant, man. This guy, hate him all you want. He's a mad genius, my man. This guy, I mean, if you're gonna be a supervillain in the world, be a supervillain, dude. Like, go all out, man. Be diabolical. Kill children, but in the process of killing these children, because your stated ultimate goal is to depopulate the planet, to shrink it down from 8 billion to 1 billion. Look it up. Bill Gates is dead set on it. That's his life goal, to depopulate the planet. And in that process,
he said The Population Bomb was one of the most influential books he ever read.
Absolutely, man.
Scary.
And so in that process, Bill Gates, man, decides to, from a charitable perspective, philanthropically, he's going to vaccinate Africa and India, two of the most populous places on the planet. Right?
Isn't it crazy that Bill Gates, the guy who wants the population to decline and is going around injecting people with God only knows what,
yes.
He bought the CDC and the FDA. Like, he literally owns them.
Right on.
Through his pharmaceutical investments and everything. He's the guy that we're supposed to worship. And then Elon Musk, who's like, no, we need people to have kids. We need to go interplanetary with our civilizations. We need to stop thinking small. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he wants to stop the waste in the government. He's Hitler.
Right.
Because he did one hand signal.
That's
Hitler.
right, man.
He's the Nazi.
Well, Elon, behind the Doge team, took apart U.S. aid, and U.S. aid was a primary functioning financial avenue for foundations like Bill Gates' foundation.
And then he was using that money to buy people.
Yes.
And put people into the positions where they would be writing the reviews for his pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, man, Gates
Him
is
and Fauci.
It's crazy, right? So
That's a crazy book, man.
It really is. Folks, read The Real Anthony Fauci by RFK Jr. And when you do read it and then bring it up with other people, just savor the moment and the reaction from people when you bring up a book written by RFK Jr. People absolutely go berserk and lose their minds. Like, I would never read anything by that anti-vaxxer. Oh, the guy with the brain worms? You read a book by a guy with brain worms?
Dude, it's insane. Because maybe he's right. Did he strap a whale's head to his car? Yeah, but maybe he's right about Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates. Does it make his facts wrong? You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with Putin, but when he talks about GMOs, I think he's correct. You know what I'm saying?
And back to your point with Elon versus Gates, these two conflicting billionaires, seemingly, folks, they could be on the same team. Who knows? Just playing us from both sides. Very possible. Elon could easily also be a depopulationist, eugenicist, just like Bill Gates is. But from a public...
He's always promoting, just go have kids. And he's
that's where I was headed with Bill Gates. His goal in life is to depopulate the planet. And Elon's goal is to get us to another planet so we can continue to survive. Like, Elon wants humanity to keep going. Bill Gates wants to kill humanity, as far as I am concerned. Now, I have thrown this out there when it comes to Elon. I mean, he doesn't specify who he thinks should board the Starfleet Enterprise and travel the universe and save humanity. It's none of us, I can assure you.
No.
It's probably Bill Gates. I'm assuming Bill Gates has a seat on board first class Starfleet to escape Earth when the cataclysm happens, or when Planet 9 or 10 arrives, or Planet X, and throws us all into mayhem. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a cataclysmic event that occurs on Earth. It happens every 10 to 12,000 years.
Sometime.
We're in that Goldilocks zone of where we should be getting rocked by something. And it doesn't matter whether or not you perceive these billionaires on the billionaire list to be good or evil. All of them on some level are preparing to flee the rest of us in one direction or another.
Either go to space or going underground.
Underground.
In a mountain
or on their submarine super yachts that drift out in the ocean forever.
That's what I would do. A super yacht.
Absolutely, I would super yacht, man.
Super yacht it up.
A lot of these yachts, I mean, I'm talking the super yachts, bro. They got submarines that dock with them.
A lot of diesel, though. They take a lot of diesel.
But that's why you keep the Africans alive. You know what I mean? You keep the Middle East, the Fertile Crescent pumping. You keep that core source available.
I got it. Right? We're gonna save some Saudi princes.
Well, you notice everything with these kind of proxy wars we got going on. There's a common theme running that I seem to be noticing, which is this attainment of natural resources. That seems to be our number one goal. I think that's why we're going to invade Venezuela. And
that's what wars are always about.
Yeah, but lately there seems to be a major, like, Trump ran on being the peace president, but all of a sudden he's like, we're going to take over Venezuela, Greenland, Ukraine. We're just going to claim Ukraine. Like, he's going
crazy. He ended all these wars we never heard about, and then just started wars in Venezuela. And
because those wars were about lining the pockets of the Bidens and the Pelosi's and the Clintons, and he's starting wars so we can get natural metals and resources
for Lindsey.
For Lindsey and Mitch, and the Bushes, this is a
dude, Mitch McConnell. Somebody get that guy out of office. Jeez,
man,
Christ.
He's he used to be the turtle, but now it's just the shell. That's all we're watching right now. It's just the shell, the skeleton. This poor turtle. Put him down to rest,
How
man.
does nobody talk about that? He's done. We need term limits. Jesus Christ. Age limit for sure.
You got Biden out there. He's just signed a $10 million book deal which he's not going to write. The auto pen will write Joe Biden's
Bro, he
book.
stumbles out of that out the door,
I
mumbled
know.
something into the microphone, and everybody's like, he could have ran this country for 4 more years.
I know,
He had it in him.
dude.
He's the only man that beat Trump.
It's crazy to me that they're talking about Biden like he's some young whippersnapper, fresh on the scene, ready to it's Rocky.
Any
It's
minute
Rocky
gonna grab
2.
that knife
It's
from
Rocky
the- from
2.
the
It's Rocky
rusty,
Baggy to take on Apollo Creed, man. Look at this guy.
He's ready for corn pop, right? He's got the rusty razor blade from the rain barrel.
No, and then the celebrations of the triumphant career of Nancy Pelosi, and they were interviewing Nancy, and all these crypt keepers who should have retired or been forced out of public office 20 years ago. Why are they celebrating that? We should all be damning these people for ruining our country and staying as career politicians for far too long. Term limits. You get 2 terms, buddy, either chamber or both, whatever, then you're done. Try running for president if you're lucky enough, but you got to be in the skull and bones and do some weird stuff that you got to be willing to do in order to run, right? That's the rule, all right?
You know where Geronimo's skull is? Rule number 1. Dude, before we go, we got to talk about the story of the week, though.
All right.
Finally got a pipe bomb guy.
Oh, yeah, I lost my celebratory thing. I don't know.
That blonde chick's a dude?
That's all I could go.
Good enough.
Man.
But actually, that works. That plays into it because it was like 2 weeks ago. They had the AI surveillance of the gate of the pipe bomb guy and all that.
It was the police chick.
And we thought it was a chick. So I'm sorry for besmirching that lesbian gal out there who we all claimed was the pipe bomb guy.
No, turns out to be just a regular guy, huh?
Well, there's a lot.
Totally not connected to the CIA.
There's a lot going on with this story. One of my favorite. Oh, I got a little mix up here going on. The best part of this whole thing is the breaking news that occurred as it was released. And if you need any further proof as to why you should never trust legacy media in any context whatsoever, just turn to Jake Tapper breaking the news on the release of Pipe Bomb Guy. Did you see this?
No.
You're in for a real treat. It's quick, but I think you'll catch it. A bit of a slip up. We'll say fake news or misinformation from Jake Tucker here.
Attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is
Is that a picture of him?
Excuse me?
That's the guy.
Capital attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive.
Oh, Jake Tapper.
I just saw the well-dressed in glasses, and I assumed he was a white guy.
For our audio listeners out there, this J. Cole fella, he's a black fella, unfortunately.
Very much a black fella.
Jake Tucker giving out the wrong info at the wrong time.
So funny.
Hilariously. But we got Pipe Bomb Guy. This is pretty crazy stuff. We've been talking about this for a long time. I got a quick clip. You want to rock it?
Yeah.
All right, let's rock it. It's got my favorite guy on here. You know him as the one who can only get away with the faux potential Hitler mustache.
The Hitler stash.
Pierre, man.
A 5-year mystery that has haunted the FBI, allegedly solved.
Brian Cole Jr. was arrested and
Kash Patel looks so happy to not be talking about the Epstein files right now. Look at how relaxed he is. No Epstein questions.
That don't exist. You know? Where's Dan Bongino?
He's right next to him, man.
Finally stopped sweating.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen these guys sweat less than in this moment, man. It's incredible.
charged with placing the pipe bombs at the RNC and the DNC on January 5th, 2021.
Law enforcement swarming the home of the 30-year-old Cole, who lived with his mother in the D.C. suburbs. The FBI claims that Cole, seen here in a yearbook photo, planted potentially lethal bombs discovered outside the headquarters of both the Democratic and Republican National Committee.
He doesn't strike me as a Republican, MAGA guy, but...
Well, he did both.
That's right. He did both places, but they're claiming he's a MAGA guy.
just minutes before hundreds of Donald Trump supporters breached barricades and stormed the Capitol.
And an interesting caveat to the Jan 6th being shown here, within that crowd, Nick Fuentes was there.
Oh, wow.
Never went to court and never served a minute of time and was never investigated. But Mike, Nick Fuentes, not a Fed, bro. Definitely doesn't work for the FBI, all right?
Make no mistake, the alleged pipe bomber did terrorize our community.
For years, it seemed all the FBI had to go on were the bombs
Such
and
a
those grainy
dumb-looking
videos
bomb.
showing a suspect in that gray hooded sweatshirt, a mask, a distinctive gait, and a pair of Nike shoes with a yellow logo.
It is a huge win because it was like finding a needle in a haystack.
It's hard to take this stuff seriously with Judge Jeanine Pirro up there, man. I mean,
I know.
Look, I understand.
It's idiocracy.
Politics and media, it is one, right? But I don't know, Trump, you hit this one's a little too close to home. Maybe.
Oh, then you got Dan Bongino up there too. I know what the fuck's going on here.
Bongino this past week on Fox News openly admitted that he would stoke conspiracies on his podcast as a means for entertainment and downloads and clicks. And so that's why now he appears to be kind of backpedaling on some of his more extreme conspiracy theory beliefs, you know, like Epstein files and the pipe bomb guy and, you know, anything else that
What
maybe...
did they show him in the basement? You know, they take him down to the basement and they show him something, and then these guys just...
Well, we all, including Bongino, I mean, how we've all been living in this world where the NSA has been watching our every freaking move for since the day we were born, probably. So, you know, they pull you into a room where they show you video footage that you can't even possibly imagine how they filmed that of you. Like, why were you filming me? But then you realize, oh my God, they're filming everybody at all times, and like even reading your
watching
mind.
my Roomba?
Right?
Even my Roomba?
Or they have they pull you in a room and they show you a digital layout of your actual thoughts in your head in certain moments in time. Like they could read your brain. Yeah, man. So they show you a video that you didn't know existed of you having sex with your wife, but they could show gay thoughts running through your brain. And like, we watched you, Dan Bongino. We know exactly what you were thinking about.
Carl? So terrible.
There could be a lot of stuff.
What could it be?
I don't know, man. The CIA is in the NSA, capable of a lot of crazy, cuckoo stuff. So I can only imagine they show just look at Kash Patel every time he's on TV. Just like the guy saw the ghost of himself somewhere. You know, they're like, "That's you, Kash. We killed you, and that's your ghost." You know, like this guy always freaked out. They showed him something for sure.
Something, man.
So.
I think it's your clone in the vat. I'm still going with it.
The
clone in the vat.
I fully embrace clone theory, and I don't even know if a vat is necessary. I like just behind some solid gray bars, and they're like, "We could replace you at any time, Kash." And clone Kash is like, "Kash, save me, Kash, save me."
No, they haven't taught it to talk yet.
Wow, great call. Yeah, you have to teach it what to say. That's how it works. Yeah.
Oh, man. Pipe bomb guy. Turned out to be a black guy. Who would have thought?
So they'll bury this one. Both sides. He was black MAGA, so the left will bury it because he was black, and the right will bury it because he was MAGA. That's how it will work.
The only suspicious thing about this story was the shoes. Black men usually have cooler shoes.
Dude, great
Those were
man.
like some, I don't know.
Suburban guy, though. You know... Something
it's still
happens
like it's in
when
the jeans, man. They look, they even the suburban black guys got style. You know what I mean? Not as much as like the urban ones, but more than the white people we're surrounded with. You know,
I want more info on this guy. It could end up coming out he's like on the spectrum. He's got some brain issues, and maybe we have some MK Ultra. Maybe Glenn Beck and that crack AI team that they use to pinpoint the former Capitol Hill police member, the lesbian, right? Maybe they were on the money And so the FBI and Cash Patella had to scramble. They're like, no. And they MK Ultra'd this poor black dude living in his mom's basement in the DC suburbs. And they're like, no, this is the pipe bomb guy. And they just tossed it out there. It's the holidays too. People will forget about this in 3 weeks. So we're all staring at our freaking Black Friday bills like, somebody save me, man. Like, I don't care. Pipe bomb guy, who cares? Did you see what I just spent last Friday?
I can't send my kid to college because I did Black Friday shopping. I don't care about pipe bomb guy from 5 years ago.
Yeah, who cares?
Damn.
Oh man, so that's probably where people
Think
are
about
at.
all the people they went after for Jan 6th and the pipe bomb guy. 5 years later.
And there's video of both Ray Epps and Nick Fuentes stoking the crowd and out loud telling the crowd to storm the Capitol. And why did those two guys walk free? That's what everybody should be asking themselves. And every time Nick Fuentes trends on social media, you should be wondering, why did he not go to jail for being there at Jan 6th? He's the only one. He's the only one who didn't go on Jan 6th. That should trouble you. If you're a groiper out there and you're a fan of Nick Fuentes, you should be wondering two things. Why did he get let go from Jan 6th? And why all of a sudden did he just turn face and say, Israel behind the killing of Charlie Kirk? You people are retarded. You should be really thinking about this guy. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, man. Well, Mike, fastest hour in the universe, no doubt about it. DJ Radfather himself, you were claiming beforehand that you had something good planned out for this halftime.
You're gonna like
man.
it.
Yes.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Can't wait, man.
I think you're gonna like this one.
All right, we got plenty
came
more
on the radio. Had me thinking, you know.
All right.
I had to, bro, real quick. We lost so much money from people stealing from our vans that they just dropped a ton of money on putting these new alarm systems and then these deadbolt systems in our vans.
Yeah.
So now they're like impenetrable.
Right. Allegedly. No, the thieves now have Wi-Fi equipment that disables security cameras and equipment.
Beautiful.
Because all this security equipment that people buy is digital and Wi-Fi based. So they bring in Wi-Fi jammers, which renders the security systems inert. And so now, so they Wi-Fi jam and then just kick in the window and just steal away, baby.
So I had to drop off my van. And then for 2 days, I had to drive the shitty like Chevy Express van.
Yeah.
No Bluetooth, no nothing.
Rough.
Straight radio.
Yeah, man.
It was brutal.
Terrestrial radio. I love it, man. I still rock it all the time.
Terrible.
Absolutely.
But this song came in and had me laughing.
Hey now. All right. Folks, thanks for hanging out for the Good Times, Great Oldies. We will be back after this quick break with DJ Rodfather. Oh, yeah. They don't write them like that anymore, my man.
Good
Yes.
is that, dude? I haven't heard that song in forever. Came on the radio, but it had me dying laughing, and I was like, that is a song from men who actually love women. Like, can't get enough women.
Yes.
Complete opposite of Will Smith's Beautiful Girls.
Pretty Girls. Pretty Girls, man. Yes, great call, dude.
Don't. Remember that song, dude? That banger of the
Pretty Girls, man. Wow, that may have ruined his career more than the slap, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we know you're gay. I don't think you've ever had sex with a girl in your life.
You know what? It's probably around that time where they could remake it. Reboot Brokeback Mountain starring Will Smith and another guy, because they do everything with the black, they replace with the black guys. Will Smith, Jordan B. Johnson, Michael B. Jordan, right?
Michael B. Jordan, yeah. Right. Is he still alive? I thought he died.
No, he's in there. You're thinking of Black Panther.
Yeah, didn't he play? Oh, no, okay, different guy.
We're very racist on this.
Guy.
They're all... What's his name? From
Jack Black, dude. I don't know. That's not Idris Elba.
They're all Don Cheadle in our book, people. Remake Brokeback Mountain and just use that as your coming out platform. They
already did that Black Cowboy movie. Did you see that? I think it's on Netflix or whatever.
No.
They're like, the whole premise is that actually all the cowboys were black. You didn't hear about that?
Get the hell out of here.
I love how every 10 years we're redefining cowboys.
I know.
10 years ago they were all gay. Now they're all black.
Right. They were gay for a long time. I think it was because of that Urban Cowboy movie starring John Travolta. He made the cowboy gay, I think, for many, many decades, potentially. I don't know. Cowboy is hip now. Country is really big. Post Malone does country. Everybody, Beyonce, she reclaimed country music for black people. Right. So they're all in on the country. I was doing our Christmas shopping at the mall. We do it every year. We go one shot, we get what we can. And we were there yesterday. Emma was using the restroom. And so I kind of used it as an opportunity to meander and check out some of the local shops that they stick near the restrooms. Those are usually the places nobody goes to. And sometimes you can find some gems. And I did find one. It was a cowboy store for modern cowboys. And I didn't know what to expect when I went in there, but I wanted to see the boots and the hats and the belts, the belt buckles, which were all there. But I was really shocked by what happened when I walked in, which was the music. They were playing, Lale, Mexican.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that's like a
Tambarosa music, and the two people behind the counter were two Mexicans speaking in Spanish.
Yeah.
And the people coming into the store were Mexicans. It was a full-on and they looked at me like, what is this gringo doing in here? You're lost, my white friend, And
yeah, we got those stores in Chicago. They're in the Mexican neighborhoods.
I had no idea, because if you come out to Aspen, Colorado, right, downtown in their main strip, they have a very famous store there, which I think was popularized in the movie Dumb and Dumber. But they have a store where it's for chic rancher clothing, and all the rich elites go in there and they buy this cowboy centric clothing, but it's all thousands of dollars. The hat, the jacket with the wispy leather straps hanging.
So ridiculous.
It's Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. But there's a store there. Em and I go in it every time we're in Aspen because it's just amazing. It smells like leather. It's got that awesome leather smell. And there's just really crazy, wacky hats. And we love to try them on and goof around with it. But tens of thousands of dollars for this cowboy gear or rancher clothing. But it's not meant to actually be worn on the ranch. It's just to look fancy when you're out to dinner in Aspen.
Have you ever seen somebody wear that?
Yes, in Aspen.
With the strings hanging?
In Aspen, bro, there are these couples, 1%ers, man, who will shop at that place and walk out of it, man, rocking the garb. Full on, yes, bro.
Way.
Yes,
I've never
dude.
seen anybody wear that shit.
How many times you been to Aspen?
Got me on that one.
I go once a year to Aspen, and I'm telling you from experience, we're gonna go.
And they only wear it in Aspen?
It's a thing in Aspen, dude. I'm not because it's a rich person's. Remember we talked about it with the history of dude, where back in the day they would the elites from the East Coast would come out to Colorado to cosplay as ranchers and wear the costumes and feel like they were home on the range and you know, doing the whole rancher cowboy thing, but the costume was a big part of it. Still hip, man. The elites come from the coast. They come to Aspen to go ski, and they have the newest ski gear too. You know what I'm saying? They're hip with the scene, with the snow pants and the outfits. And I mean, there's some boobacious babes out there who rock these like skin tight outfits with the cleavage just busting out at the seams. Oh
on
yeah,
the snowsuit.
Oh yeah, dude. You gotta come out to Aspen, man. It's insane what goes on over there. Anything you've seen in the movies, it's legit happening in Aspen. These people, they love themselves too much not to dress that way. You know what I'm saying? The rich elites of our society, they love themselves, and they want you to see how spectacular they are, and they can afford the fancy Gucci and Prada and the high end whatever. And what is that? I'll look ridiculous in this rancher outfit, but it costs $10,000. Oh, dress me up, baby. I'm all in. Crazy. And they look ridiculous, but they do it, man, because it's a symbol, man. Em and I will see people walking around these like the Prada sunglasses, and they're cartoonishly huge and ridiculous.
So stupid, yeah.
They don't care that they look ridiculous. They want to look ridiculous because the ridiculous factor is a part of the bourgeois scene, man. You know, I'm this rich elitist, and yeah, I look ridiculous, but I'm so rich, I'm going to make it hip to look ridiculous, right? That's how it goes,
That's
man.
like when you watch those fashion shows.
They look ridiculous.
They look ridiculous.
What's that one where they always have Jared Leto shows up and he's wearing women's clothing all the time? You know what I'm saying? They do these fashion. The fashion is absurd, but it's absurd for a reason because you can't afford it and you'll never wear it. And that's the point.
That's the point.
And I can afford to look ridiculous, and that's the whole thing, I think. And so, you know, I'm up there and I'm wearing my hand-me-down Patagonia shirt I got from Emma's dad because he doesn't fit in it anymore. And that's what I'm wearing. And they're wearing the modern, newest thing, you know, that Paris Hilton and the Kardashians were rocking at their last ski trip. And so that's how it works. So
you see that thing with Kim Kardashian? Her brain doesn't work.
Well,
that was one of the funniest things.
I have not seen this. Is this a trending viral video of some sort?
Yeah, she went to go get her brain scanned, and the guy pretty much told her she has holes in the frontal lobe.
Somebody loved ecstasy 10 years ago.
She has low brain activity.
Yes, so this is a phenomenon striking generations currently. It's low frontal lobe activity, if I'm not mistaken, and they're blaming the cell phone usage on it. I got you. Yeah, that is correct, sir. I've been seeing this a lot. A lot of red flags are being raised. They're claiming that this is a new-ish phenomenon, but they're noticing it from the decades-long experience of people staring into their phones and not writing anything and not reading anything. And apparently, writing is very important when it comes to cognitive decline or maintenance, if you will. You should be writing stuff down. Nobody writes anything down anymore. And to make it worse, they're not even thinking about what they're writing anymore. The AI is doing it for you at this point, basically.
Dude.
So
I'll never forget when I took out the note. The boss was talking. I pulled out the notepad, started writing it down. Then the one guy made fun of me. It was like, "You think you're so smart for writing it down?" And I was trying to explain to him, "No, I'm dumb. I'm going to forget."
Right.
You're going to forget too. The only difference is I'm going to have it in my notebook.
Yeah, well, because there's a difference. You're slightly wrong there. You're not dumb, you're humble, and so you realize your strengths and weaknesses, and remembering those details is a weakness, so I'm going to write it down. That's being a humble person.
We're all too dumb.
Well,
to
that guy's
remember.
dumb. He's dumb. He's dumb because he doesn't realize how dumb he is. So he's dumb. You know? You realize it. You're like, I'm gonna write this
I
down.
think that's the worst thing, though, is realizing how dumb you are. Like, to be smart enough to know how dumb you are, but not smart enough to where you're like smarter than everybody.
Now, I think that's the truest sign of genuine intelligence, when you realize you're dumb. Dumb people have the hubris of believing they're the smartest person in the room.
It is funny who thinks there's the smartest person in the room.
Dumb people think they're smart. Smart people know they're dumb. Yeah, but it's true. It's very true. And the smarter you get, the dumber you realize you are, right? That you're like, oh my God, man, I know so little, you know,
about everything.
That's the point, though. It's the humbling effect of reading, writing. You know, when you start writing stuff, if you haven't written in a while, by the way, and you open up that pen and the paper, and you realize you've lost this muscular skill. Actually, it's kind of
so
crazy.
sloppy.
You look like a child. Actually, like, what happened, man? I used to have penmanship, man. Not
My
anymore.
writing's like, and what's happening, I don't know when the switch happened where now I like don't ever do cursive. It was like the time where before you learned cursive, you never did it, then you learned it, and that's all you did.
Right.
And then now I'm back to the regular.
And this harkens back to when I was discussing how we should be reading old books to learn old racial slurs to use so people don't know what we're saying now. Start writing things that you want to keep secretive from, I don't know, the NSA, the government, or regular people in your lives. Write it in cursive. No one will be able to read it.
Nobody will know. What is this code? Where are those Indians at?
It must be one of those wind talkers they were telling us about from World War II.
Yeah, cursive, man. They don't even teach it anymore.
Oh, man.
Don't even teach it in the schools.
We're idiots now, Mike. That's the bottom line. So much going on in the world today. It's hard to pick from the docket that we got, man. I crammed it in there, but I think maybe we can just parlay this whole idea of being humble and stupid into what's been going on with Trump's battle with the Minnesota governor there, Tim Walz, who
it's so funny.
They've been going back and forth lately, mostly on, I think this all started, and I could be wrong, but I believe an issue occurred where Trump decided that Somalis are pure garbage. If I think
he didn't say Somalis are pure garbage. What's that? Rashida Tlaib? No, Ilhan Omar's garbage.
Yes, that's right.
Right. And then Somalis, they just come here and mooch off the government.
Well, apparently, and there's a lot of controversy around Ilhan Omar and kind of these programs via COVID that she was running, that $8 billion or so were kind of funneled illegally to people who didn't deserve them via the COVID stuff. I'm not totally crystal clear on that scene and what's going on there, but around all of that, Trump this week famously decided to refer to Somali immigrants as garbage, which was absolutely hilarious. The legacy media lost their mind, clutched their pearls, their panties all up in a bunch, and they're claiming it was a xenophobic rant and racist and everything else you can imagine. Did you watch this rant, sir?
It was a great rant. Spot on.
I'm going to say rant of the century. And I know we're only 25 years into this century, but I'm marking it here right now. Rant of the century, my man.
Yeah, it was great. He was right. They're garbage.
There's
some
rant.
Immigrants we don't want.
Right. So, for instance, Italian immigrants. Come on over. Hardworking people, construction-based. They like to start jobs. Great food. Come on over, right? Somalis, I don't know much about your food. Same with Venezuelans. Not a huge fan of the food. So I think my point being is if you got good food, come on over.
Tastes because none of you have opened up a restaurant like Frank has.
That's how
you all
so
just
far
come
there's
here
one.
and mooch off the fucking government.
Exactly. I know you guys are very good at washing windshields at the corner of Santa Fe and Alameda, but I'm not too clear on how good your food is.
I haven't tried it.
Trump, during this press conference, decided to basically tell us how he truly feels about one particular group of immigrants in the United States. I think we're all just happy he didn't choose the Irish or the Polish or the Italian, right? And he kept it racist, as we all were hoping he would. Haven't seen a Trump rant like this in quite some time, so I'm glad he finally got a little rest. You know, maybe had a nice long weekend and feeling refreshed. He decided, I'm going to just racistly destroy one single group, and I think most people will agree with me on this one.
Before we go any further, please, sir, enough with the gold in the White House. It's not getting out of hand. It was out of hand already. Now it's ridiculous.
The gold, dude. How far are we from a golden throne? This guy should just sit on a gold. It's gotta have a golden throne.
I heard the golden toilets are back ordered. That's why they haven't been installed yet. They're coming.
They first got to install the 15 at JB Pritzker so he can avoid those tax violations.
Yeah, dude, this is
All
insane.
Right. Rant of the century: Trump on Somalians.
Walz is a gross.
And I think that was a little high on my side. How's it coming on yours?
Little
there?
high.
Little high. Little high. We're all a little high today. Here we go.
Incompetent man. There's something wrong with him. Okay, there's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that, Scott, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I could say it about other countries, too. We don't want
It's so true. We don't want you here.
I know.
Somalia, you got pirates.
That's right. I totally forgot.
Fucking come from a land of pirates, and then you're gonna come here and shit on our country? Get out of here, Ilhan Omar. Go back.
I'm repeating myself week after week, but people, please understand. We voted for this. This is what we voted for in November.
That's what we wanted.
Hell, we have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Yeah. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Yes.
Yeah, man. man. All right. That's some tough talk. That's what we voted for, man. Come on.
Send Ilhan Omar back.
She's
See how happy
disgusting.
she is.
Honestly, get rid of her, man.
Yeah.
I don't get the anti-Americanism. It has nothing to do with her race or her religion, quite frankly. If you're Muslim and black and you want to come to America and contribute to this American experiment and be a positive part of society and you embrace American culture and not deny it and claim you're going to bring in your Sharia law and all this other crap.
How about not exploit our country?
Yes, man. You're welcome to be here.
Yeah.
All immigrants are welcome here, man. But Ilhan Omar and her ilk, they hate America, man. They hate this country. Get out of here. You know what? We'll send you on the same ship that took Rosie O'Donnell to Ireland. You can go hang out over there with Rosie.
How's that working out for Rosie?
Yeah, not that great, actually. And in fact, Ellen DeGeneres moving back to the U.S. because she didn't like the weather in the U.K.
No, don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Not surprised. I would have been more surprised if you were like, she's not moving back to the States.
Exactly.
Loves it in the UK.
No, same message from Trump to the Somalis as it is to Ellen DeGeneres and Rosie O'Donnell. Stay out.
Yeah,
You're not welcome. Enjoy your time. You seem to
don't
love
need
these
you.
other countries so much more than America. So you can stay. Don't ever come back. Rosie O'Donnell, there's plenty of job opportunities to be a fat lesbian on all the Netflix shows that are coming out of the UK. All right? Enjoy yourself.
Man, one of the craziest facts about the Somali ring is they were getting money from the Minnesota government and sending it back to Somalia.
What?
They sent so much money back that it's more money than the GDP of Somalia.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's basically what we did with
Yeah.
Ukraine during the Biden administration. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
which Zelensky's in a little bit of heat because he bought this mansion.
Yes, in the UK, right? Or France? I can't
Sweden
remember where
or
it
some
was.
shit. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Switzerland or Sweden.
Right. Wow. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see more to come with this Somali 8 billion, multi-billion dollar fraud thing going on with Ilhan Omar. She hates this country and she's very clearly behind some sort of international ploy. I can only assume maybe the Muslim Brotherhood is involved on some level, but they've been very hell-bent on turning major American cities into Sharia law sympathetic
Yeah.
places. And so look what they've done to Minnesota as a whole and Minneapolis. Did you see the mayor of Minneapolis nearly throwing up into his plate trying to stomach a bunch of Somali
No,
food?
no.
And he's
Why would you eat that?
he doesn't know. He doesn't understand, man. Right? How many people in your orbit are telling you, "Oh, you gotta check out this Michelin star Somali restaurant I've been going to downtown. Line out the door, a 2-hour waiting for the reservation, man. Like you gotta go early." You know, no, nobody's talking about the Somali Michelin star restaurant in
No.
any Minnesota downtown area. Yeah,
I'm getting sick just thinking about it.
it's old.
Even in the Middle East, dude, it was just like some of these. The food was just terrible.
Come to Denver, Mike. We got this Michelin star Somali restaurant right. And if they're too booked, you can go right next door. Also, Michelin star Venezuelan restaurant. It's unbelievable. You wouldn't believe the cuisine, the culture going on downtown Denver here, man.
But if you come to the Somali one, bring a fork because they just eat with their hands.
Which apparently now that's hip, man. Remember the video of Ma'am Danny
ridiculous. It's
eating the
ridiculous.
rice? Come on,
I know it's ridiculous.
Mike. These are civilized people, okay? They come from countries where they wipe their ass with this hand and they eat with this hand, all right? They don't cross-contaminate, bro. Come on. They have morals, all right? So...
what do you do after a good show and you've been clapping? I don't know which
You
hand
do
to
the
use.
snaps. The snaps, man. So Trump referring to the Somalis as garbage, Ilhan Omar as garbage, and all of her friends as garbage. Very funny stuff. This goes on to the shelf with what's his name calling Puerto Rico an island of garbage.
Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, Hinchcliffe. We all
yeah.
forget, man. I could see how it could be borderline racist, perceived as, being a little insensitive. you can't really generalize and group an entire population of people.
No, you can. Your fucking country is garbage. And then you people come here, like Mexico, when you got like a Mexican family that flees the cartels and comes here, and then they just open up a restaurant or something. Okay, well, you're a good person from a garbage place.
Oh yeah, good call. Right, absolutely.
But if
yeah.
you're Somali, a shithole, you come here and you just mooch off the government. Like you're a shitty person from a shitty place.
Right, and why is it offensive to claim immigrants or migrants or asylum seekers are seeking their asylum from trashy, garbage, shithole places? I mean, isn't that why they're coming to America? Because where they are from is a shitty place to live.
It's a shithole.
They're the American dream, man. They're aspiring to be a part of something bigger and greater than themselves, and where they can reap the rewards and benefits of paying into a system that pays back out to you on some level, right?
But
Maybe.
also, like, how do you guys? I don't know. You guys live like that in Somalia,
right?
Like, how do you guys let
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Whose fault is it that Somalia is Somali? Somalia is Somalia because of the Somalians.
That's right.
It's
Good
not like
call.
the Italians came in there and fucking allowed you guys to have pirates.
Great call. Yeah, man.
You
And
know
now
what I
look
mean?
at the state of Italy. It's in shambles because of all these migrants. I think they're
Yeah.
Somalian too, if I'm not mistaken.
They're from all over.
They're from all over. They flooded Italy, unfortunately. And when it comes to immigration, I was just in Chicago talking to our Italian immigrant grandmother who gave me the rundown on leaving communism in Italy, getting to Argentina to join the fellow fascists that they fought with in World War II, all Hitler and all the Nazis that were down there. But being in Argentina, saving up the money, the means, and the ways to get to America eventually. But while living in Argentina, not that great. No electricity, no gas appliances. And when they finally got to America, the relief and reward of using gas stoves and not having to, do everything in the daylight, having electricity, man, it was a wonderful right to enjoy. And so these are people who loved America and wanted to learn to assimilate to the American lifestyle and culture and system. These Somalians, man, there's not a lot of assimilating to the American culture going on with these people, man. They're forcing the government, the governors, and the mayors to eat their crap food that looks disgusting and inedible, and then they're passing laws to play their Muslim worship music over the loudspeakers at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's not assimilation, man.
No, and then you go to their neighborhoods and they're dirty.
Right.
They're they're turning their little area into Somalia. Because that's what they're used to. That's how they live. Garbage everywhere.
Yes.
They don't mind rat infestations.
Not a good style of living. The American style is the golden standard. And what's so funny about this whole thing playing out is there's now a bit of a quarrel going on between Tim Walz and Trump. Trump, at some point last week, referred to Tim Walz as seriously retarded, if I'm getting my quotes correct here when it comes to Tim Walz.
Retard is back, man. You can say retard now for sure.
Retard,
if the president says it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And retard for me never left. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been a huge fan of the word retard. It's a funny word. I don't find it to be offensive. I don't mean it to be offensive towards anyone. And generally speaking, if the only people that should be offended by the word retard are the retards, and they themselves should be too retarded to know what the word retarded means. And so, ixo faxo, no one should be offended by the word retarded.
No, but like retarded is never used against somebody with like a mental handicap or something. It's used it's used for a guy like Tim Walz who has no, no retardation going on, but still thinks it's a good idea to give Somalis billions of dollars.
Which is retarded. And what's funny is Trump then doubled down on calling Tim Walz seriously retarded when he was questioned about it on Air Force One. And he was quoted as saying, there's something wrong with him. Absolutely. you have a problem with it? Question mark. So yeah, it's I think he's right on the money. And I love Trump. I love still the fact that they keep trying to claim there's something mentally wrong with Trump while simultaneously claiming they had no idea anything was going on with mushbrain Biden a year ago. And this guy, every single day, he's just on his feet yelling and insulting reporters on Air Force One as he's jet setting across the world, man. It's a very funny narrative that they keep trying to push. But regardless of that, the best...
Joe Biden would stop talking to anybody at 2:00.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't talk to reporters after noon.
And the only time we had Biden talking to the press on the plane was that one weird moment where he had the like rubber mask chin thing, like sinking in on the, like something malfunctioned with fake Joe Biden's mask face, man.
That was the Jim Carrey Biden.
That's right, man. Jim Carrey Biden. But
did it in a rush.
Apparently now there's major controversy surrounding this retard comment from Trump, and Rolling Stone felt it was necessary to come out this week with a comprehensive expose and breakdown of the complete history of the R word, Mike. The MAGA movement's favorite slur, according to the Rolling Stone.
Does anybody care what the Rolling Stone has to say anymore?
No, not
Does anybody
really,
read the Rolling Stone magazine?
I like to scope it out from time to time, especially when they do exposés like the brief history of the word retard. Pretty funny stuff. So they're calling it the R word, though, which I find to be absolutely hilarious because we joked about this about a week ago on how, you know, there's only one word, and it's the N word. There's no other A word, R word. There's no other word that's so bad that you can only do the first letter of the word followed by dash and word. It's
Right.
N word. N word's the only letter word, right?
Even Tucker won't say it.
Even Tucker won't say it. So Rolling Stones, they explore the evolution of retarded and some neutral medical terms that stigmatized it over time. And they really focused on the resurgence recently within the manosphere and the MAGA world. And they're saying that this is now, according to MAGA people, a perceived liberal weakness that MAGA is now attacking and fighting against, apparently, or using against them. So retarded, Mike, referring to idiot or moron, became popularized in the 1970s, man.
Wow.
Yeah. And so apparently following the popularization of the word retarded, later in the 70s, they began to have some activism and reform, and this eventually led down the ways to some laws, I guess, passed by Obama. I don't remember this ever happening, but he signed something to spread the word to end the word was the program, and he signed Rosa's Law, which replaced mental retardation with intellectual disability, and that became federal law by Obama. Yeah, man. Yeah, come on. You thought it was just a word, bro, but retard is
What a
serious
waste
deal.
of time and money. Jesus Christ.
Now, apparently, prior to MAGA, there were some early incidents in the Republican world or in conservatism where retard started kind of coming back, and they're saying Ann Coulter popularized it in a book that she wrote about Obama back in 2012. But it wasn't until 2024, 2025 that MAGA normalized the word retard as a way to fight against woke sentiment. To be anti-woke now means using the word retard. And they go on and how Elon Musk uses it all the time when he tweets on X, and Joe Rogan's been saying it more than usual on his podcast. And then, of course, Donald Trump tweeting out that Tim Walz is absolutely retarded. And
I love the clip of Tim Walz where he's like, people are driving by my house and yelling retard.
So as a result, Tim Walz felt the need that to respond to all of this retarded stuff going on right here. And
so
I wouldn't
funny.
do us dirty like that and talk about the word retard. And the guy the criminal of perpetrating the retarded phrase. We need to hear from the victim, right? This is the victim of the word retarded. Tim Walz. He's having a hard time dealing with it. He almost breaks out in tears at this press conference. He's
so sad.
Such a weak, flamboyant fella here.
So sad.
So here we go. Tim Walz responding to Trump and all the hate towards the Somalis going on in Minnesota.
Are you okay with the president calling our neighbors garbage? Are you okay with him referring to Minnesota as a hellhole, unfactually untrue? This creates danger. And I'll tell you what, in my time on this, I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word in front.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Never go full retard.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? When Joe Biden gave that interview and he's like, I never thought I'd see the day where the president's driving by, there's a little kid on the corner flipping him the bird. That was one of the best interviews.
Oh, man. And it was well-deserved, Joe. Well-deserved, man. So, yeah, Tim Walz getting called the R word by
poor guy.
passerbyers. That is very funny. Tim, I hate to break it to you, pal. They could be saying far worse things about you, my friend, and screaming them at your home and your family. So if you...
Well, Tim, if you prefer, we could yell it in Chinese. In Mandarin? Would that make you feel more at home? Big Tim.
He would prefer it in Mandarin, my man, if we know anything about Tim Walz. And maybe have a little Asian boy do it, right? He likes the little Asian boy.
He got married on the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square.
What a creepy and weird thing to do, man.
So weird.
Honestly. Yeah, very weird. So very funny. You know, of all the stuff going on this year, the wars and aliens coming from the intergalactic kegger and the Jew hating and Fuentes and all this, how did we squeak out talking about retard for 20 minutes in this whole news cycle? I mean, that's beautiful, man. We live in really fantastic times. The future is now, man. Yes. Very happy stuff. So all of
Tim
this,
the retard.
Yeah, I think all of this just was kind of a dog and pony show, if you will. Maybe even some distraction that was needed from the news that came out this week, or not the news. I'm sorry, the clip that went viral this week. And I know, Mike, you must have seen it. Everyone was talking about it. It made news. And I don't know if you consider the New York Post news, but the internet goes nuts over Gavin Newsom's odd testicle-crushing sitting pose.
I didn't see this.
You didn't see Newsom?
I saw that. That is insane.
Crunching the nutskis there. His bottom leg that the other leg is crossing over is drifting into another dimension behind him. It's defying all laws of physics. I think he broke the ankle just to make that pose.
Because even that guy on the other guy is like, that's too much.
Right.
And then he had to take it a step further.
That's
weird.
That is so
It's a weird
funny.
pose.
It's a very strange way to sit. I asked Grok earlier today to give me a brief history of men crossing their legs. And so according to Grok, Grok claims men commonly sat with legs apart or crossed ankle to knee back during ancient times and Middle Ages. Right? So because of the armor and the clothing they wore at that time, that was just the more impractical way to cross. Doing a tighter cross was almost impossible with the clothing that they wore back then. In the Renaissance, early 18th century, tailored breeches and stockings became standard, and the ankle to knee cross remained the dominant masculine style, right? So if you look at portraits and paintings of kings and aristocrats from that era, like Louis XIV, they're always sitting with the manly version of the leg crossing, the ankle on the knee, right?
Yeah, right.
Late 18th, mid 19th century, with the arrival of trousers and the rise of Victorian formality, knee over knee crossing, which is what we're seeing here with these fellas, began appearing among fashionable European men. And I knew it.
Gay.
When it goes gay, you blame the Europeans, Mike. We knew that's where this was headed, man.
In America, we can't tell gay versus European.
So this became very popular and aristocratic and artistic in private settings. And however, it was still considered at this time slightly effeminate. Okay, you know, people were a little curious about which way you were leaning when you did the knee over knee cross section.
Not
there.
that there's anything wrong with
Right.
it.
Okay. So we'll keep that out there. So in the late 19th century, then knee over knee became more common in Europe, especially, and you guessed it, Mike, France. Right. That's where it got really popular. And then I hate to break it to you, Italy. Oh, everywhere it hurts. That's
the
right.
Spaniards, the Italians.
So in Britain and America viewed it as dandified or foreign, and proper gentlemen at this time in America were expected still to sit ankle to knee. So in America, we were still holding the knee ankle situation to be the more dominant masculine version of sitting. Now, 1900 to 1940s, we're talking early 20th century here, ankle to knee still remained the default manly way for Anglo-Americans to sit. However, and I just lost Mike. How did that even happen? That's crazy. Wow, we were rocking. We offended Obama. That's what happened here. Yeah, we totally offended Obama. I know that's what went down. My God. We're hitting them where it hurts, man. We're talking about their leg crossings here, man. So, Mike, I was on.
Gay.
Well, so here in the early 1900s, here in the early 20th century, ankle to knee still remained manly, but then Hollywood stars like Cary Grant and Clark Gable. They were doing ankle to knee. The old school manly Hollywood guys, ankle to knee. And the knee over knee was still associated with the European intellectuals and with homosexuality in a very negative way. This is 1900 to 1940s. Now in the 50s
Back when you
and
could still
60s,
gay bash.
yeah, man, it was still cool, baby. So now 50s, 60s, that's where it changed and the association flipped. And thanks to they're claiming that thanks to tailoring of the trousers to being a little bit more European in style, Sean Connery and other manly fellas of his kind started doing the knee over knee crossover. And so Sean Connery, being considered one of the manliest of men back in that era, James Bond himself, was doing all these interviews sitting with the knee over knee. So that made it masculine all of a sudden. And so now 70s through 90s, the knee over knee became the standard polished male sitting posture in business and formal settings worldwide. And ankle to knee survives in casual contexts among older traditionalists. And now 2000s, here we are in the modern era when it comes to men crossing their legs. According to Grok, both styles coexist without strong stigma. Knee over knee,
fuck out of here.
Knee over knee still seen as more formal, elegant. Ankle to knee considered man spreading in our modern era.
Yeah, another word for
relaxed.
formal and elegant, gay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Look at these two guys.
Come on now. So ultimately, according to AI, they're claiming that still now the knee to ankle, ankle to knee, that's the masculine version, and the new knee over knee is considered professional, but also has that
Formal.
kind of homosexual connotation to it.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Look at this. You're
That's
telling
where
me
we
you're
are.
practically a woman. Gavin Newsom, I don't know what that pose is.
That's freaky, man. Come on. How does anyone pull that off? That looks very uncomfortable.
He had to take it to another level.
This is the deal. I
With
think
the
this,
underfoot going the opposite way.
I believe the powers that be were like, behind the scenes, they're like, Gavin, you got to send us a message that you're all in, baby. That you're that you're gonna play ball with everything we give you. And he's like, I'm gonna cross the legs like you've never seen them crossed
Wait
before.
till you see this cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He maybe had to have had a surgical medical procedure to crack the ankle so that way he can lean the leg back the way. He's like, I had
thought
my
maybe,
ankle.
Maybe we were gonna say like elongate the sack.
Right.
So you know, get the boys out of the way.
He called George Soros right when he was about to enter the operating table. He's like, they're removing my ankle on my right foot, and I'm also having my ball sack surgically tucked into my anus for life. Can I please have the presidency?
Can please one term. One term. No, not gonna happen. He's too weird outside of California.
He's a terrible politician. He's just a slime ball, sleaze bag, just slimy, slithery, snake-like creature, dude. He's demonic.
Car salesman.
Yes,
He
man.
doesn't actually say anything.
No,
have you been seeing the Adam Carolla, Burt Reynolds thing?
Yes, I finally did see that. It's absolutely hilarious, man. Yes.
He just takes what Gavin Newsom says and makes it in, puts it in, what's his name? Reynolds? No, what's the guy?
Yeah, Burt
Reynolds.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds' voice, and then you just it just gives you the chance to see what he's actually saying, and it's nothing.
It's meaningless garble.
No point. You know?
He doesn't have a shot, and you know what? I'm calling it now. I realized this yesterday when I saw him trending all over the social medias, and the news was having a love affair with him, and I think I realized who's going to run in 2028 for the Democrats. Mark my words. Mark it here now. Mark Kelly is running for president in 2028.
No
way. That's right, bro. I'm telling you. Yes. Oh, dude.
Doesn't have a chance.
You don't need a chance when you're running on one thing, baby. I've got a feeling. Yeah.
Nancy will help him out.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, this guy's all over, man. He's on all the morning shows. It's going to be Kelly Crockett 2028. They got to run one of the nut jobs, one of the socialist nut jobs, because the party has gone socialist. So you have to see, you got to get a socialist nut job in there. I could see Kelly Cortez. I could see a Kelly Cortez. Absolutely. But they know
AOC's going for Schumer's spot.
Yeah, man. That's right. So that's why that they love this Crockett gal, and they got to win back the blacks. So you bring in the nut job Crockett, sneak her under that classic white guy. I mean, Mark Kelly, he's basically the left's John McCain.
I was just thinking, like, it's kind of hard to hate because he's an astronaut
and a former Air Force pilot. So you throw in Mark Kelly, give him his own nut job, Sarah Palin, right? But go black because it's the Democrats.
Right.
Kelly Crockett 2028. You heard it here first. I'm telling you, people. Yeah. They got nothing else. That's all I'm saying. The other white guy they got is this sleazeball Gavin Newsom.
Whoa, Pritzker, man. Come on.
Who is rocking the Ozempic train, my man.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. He is shedding the pounds for 2028. It's 2026 now, so they're like, all right, we got about a year before you can trim about 100 pounds, but you can't do it immediately because it's gonna be too obvious. We gotta do this a slow roll, starting for a couple years there, and then by the time he's on the stage at the debates, he's gonna look the same size as JD Vance. Right?
Good call, because you don't want to have the John Goodman head.
Yeah, so and you can't fit him. You can't fit him in the split screen still right now. So they got to slim him down to fit the split screen when they're doing
He's so big.
No, but I like how you phrased it not too long ago. He's like a Chicago medium. You know what I'm saying?
Chicago, not that bad. You know? Large folks.
Yeah, man. Watch out, folks. Watch out for Mark Kelly. 2028. They're desperate. They're grasping for straws. Buttigieg is too gay, but not gay enough at the same time. And they got all these. Newsom is just too slimy, so they need something. Mark Kelly, man. There's a reason why he was in that video that came out.
I know.
Last
I was thinking about that video.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Now he's on Late Night with Colbert. All the Jimmys have had him on
because
now.
Then he did the video where he was like, "Come after me."
That's what I'm saying. No, he's tough guy Kelly. You know.
I don't know why they always got to be fighting.
Well, because they got to redefine masculinity. They forgot how to be a man on the left. So they're like, I don't know, get a bald guy out there who was doing some war stuff back in the day, you know? Them a fighting words, you know? That's
Is he a 5'7"? Come on.
He's got to be a 5'7", man. Absolutely. Right? He strikes me as a 5'7". He's
like, 6 feet.
Wow, really?
That's tall for a...
He's got the lifts. There's no way he's 6 feet. He doesn't have the dimensions of a 6 foot.
It's really tall for an astronaut. I feel like you'd want a short guy to be an astronaut. Less
Right.
weight.
Absolutely.
Fits better.
You get those tiny tunnels that they got to float through. Yeah, man. I would want all my astronauts to be 5'7", or I mean, all of them. You're gonna want like some Danny DeVito's up there, and
he's a little too wide. Skinnier Danny DeVito.
Actually, why didn't midgets have their day with the astronaut program back in the day?
Good call. Well, midgets are dense, so a lot of weight. You know what I mean? You still you get the weight without the strength. It's you know, maybe
Guamanians. They could have gotten the
Guamanians.
The Guamanians, man.
Right.
You know, short, stubby, but strong in the calves where you need to be to push off in zero gravity.
You got to push off that hard in zero gravity.
No, is that not how
their
it works?
talents are wasted up there. You know?
We got more important things for those calves. That's it.
Guamanians in space, get out of here.
Guamanians in space.
No trees to climb, no fences to jump. Keep them out. Keep them. You know, they're terrestrial people. Is what I'm saying.
Right. They're planetary based. When we get to Mars, we'll bring the Guamanians. They'll help us set everything up out there.
Bro, but speaking of midgets, did you see Wicked the movie?
Oh, man. I have not seen either one. Fortunately, Emma loves the live production and loves Idina Mendes, one of the original witches. And they excluded this lady and brought in that demonic Cynthia Enviro lady.
Yeah.
The one who shaves everything and has all these piercings and the crazy demonic fingernails. Yeah, man.
Oh, you're talking about Jesus Christ?
That's right. Yeah. Lord and Savior.
Dude, what bothered me the most about the movie is they got rid of the midgets. The Munchkins are just regular people, but there's like 4 midgets in there. It's so funny.
Excuse me?
No way, man.
So funny, man. Yeah, and then I even looked it up, and yeah, they got rid of them because they didn't want, pretty much because Peter Dinklage.
Dude, Dinklage ruined careers for midgets out there, man.
Now you're not even Munchkins?
Did they
got rid of the Oompa Loompas. They got rid of the Munchkins. There's no
the
roles for
dwarves.
short
There were no
people.
dwarves in...
And the 7 Dwarves? Yeah, remember? Snow White and the 7 Dwarves?
I don't even know if the movie ever came out, but the best part about the Snow White and 7 Dwarves movie was it was originally going to be midgets playing the dwarves. Peter Dinklage had
opened his big mouth.
The big problem with it, so then they replaced him with a motley crew of goofballs that were not one person was a midget in the group. And then they're like, no, that's discriminatory
That's
on some
retarded.
level. Yeah, and then they just digitally did the midgets or the dwarves. He ruined so many job opportunities for so many people. It's amazing.
He got into Hollywood and then slammed the door on all other midgets.
Yes.
Just like, no, nobody else could come in here. Just me.
Dude, my mind is blown, and I never even thought about this. They just removed the Munchkins?
Yeah, there's no more Munchkins. No, but what's really funny, it was like, there's regular people, so you're like, oh, well, obviously they're trying to be inclusive. But what about the midgets? And then they just threw in like 4 midgets. And
Right.
You're like, oh, so they had to give some midgets a job.
Exactly.
It's just retarded. It is.
Ah,
it's the dumbest
brutal.
thing.
The best part about the midgets in The Wizard of Oz as the Munchkins are the legendary stories of behind the scenes where apparently all those midgets were all together for the first time ever with a bunch of other midgets. The orgies and sexual adventures.
Could you imagine?
Allegedly, it's apparently it's a legendary, like the midget orgies that were going on.
And to them, a 40's like a keg. You just get a couple 40s, and this party is off the chain, you know? It's crazy.
So we missed out on all these midget orgies that could have been going down.
Damn.
Dinklage, what What a destroyer of love.
Especially
Man.
with cell phones now. Imagine the videos. We got some
Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah, the Diddy story. Like,
Dude.
it would be like he was the Diddy of the midgets.
There could have been some incredible OnlyFans careers that could have been spawned from that whole thing coming on. And
Yeah. Fucking Peter Dinklage, dude.
What an asshole, dude. I can't believe that guy.
Shut your mouth and act. You know?
Living lavishly in his millions upon millions from all the movies he's done in his career, and just not allowing any opportunity for anyone. And anytime there's a movie that would have a midget involved, he's like, oh, yeah, it's discriminatory and ableist to have a midget in there. That's not me. You didn't get the midget, that was me. And so now this is discriminatory.
As a midget, you're only supposed to play regular roles. Which doesn't make sense. Dude, take what you can get. If somebody was like, hey, we just need a short, bald guy. You want the role? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will be the shortest, baldest guy. You know what I mean?
God, man. Just be happy and grateful for what you have, Dinklage. My God, man. Unbelievable. Well, Mike, we're cruising along. Is there anything on the docket that you want to hit there before we go?
Well, you did miss something. You know, this is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Whoa! Wow! It's the 7th. Oh my God! I got so caught up in all the other news.
Forgotten.
This is the day that lives in infamy. Am I not correct on that?
Believe so,
I used the word infamy earlier in the show, which is kind of a weird little connection there. Some sort of synchronization going on, I imagine. So this is. Did you say Pearl Harbor or D-Day? This is Pearl Harbor. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, December 7th. Pearl Harbor's a funny one, man. To me, it's on the shelf with Gulf of Tonkin and 9/11 and October 7th as an event that, let's say, maybe wasn't designed or manipulated by us, but allowed to happen.
Oh, we let it happen. The more that came out.
In order to push our agenda on a world scale, some sort of new world order agenda needed to happen. And so, you know, the U.S. needed a reason to join World War II.
Yes.
We let Pearl Harbor go down.
Let it happen.
Right? I mean, that war was raging for a while. And it is interesting. Now they have all those quotes from George Patton and stuff who, you know, he lamented after the end of the war that we may have joined the wrong side. And it's kind of a shame that we aided. Yeah. You know, Patton claims that.
Well, it is crazy that we sided with Russia, kind of.
We sided with communism, which is very opposite of the American way. And, you know, it is murky what went down during World War II, what sides were actually drawn, who was pulling the strings on either side, or was it just the Rothschilds pulling the strings on both sides?
I think that's all it is.
Probably what it was.
Running the world.
In the end, what did we get? We got the Balfour Declaration, and Israel was created as a state. And we've had nothing but instability in the Middle East since, man.
Good times.
So, the New World Order, man. Yeah.
Good
times.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
We have Pearl Harbor to thank for everything that we've seen since then, right?
Yeah. Anytime you look back in history and there was like this crazy event, and then the president gives this speech, and then it just launches us into a war. It's like, man.
And that's always the point where everything took a whole. That's the fork in the road.
Yes, yeah.
Fork in the road.
The alternate timeline. That's.
I'm gonna admit something I don't think I've actually ever admitted to. I never saw the Pearl Harbor movie with Ben Affleck.
Terrible. Don't waste your time.
I know. It looked terrible.
It's all about like this love story.
Well, you know what? It came out riding the coattails of the major success of Saving Private Ryan. There were like 4 or 5 years after Private Ryan where they tried to pump out all these World War II movies. They did the one with the Wind Talkers with Nick Cage.
I was just thinking of what that was called.
Thin Red Line came out, right? I mean, they did all these war movies. And kind of like with, you know, all the President's Men and Nixon and, you know, Flight 93 and 9/11. There was this weird push in the late 90s, early 2000s where they're like, this is what happened in World War II. Don't listen to any other alternative theory or version of this history. This is the history of World War. And they just crammed down our throats World War II nostalgia bullshit endlessly, man. I remember with Band of Brothers, and it was just
great series, though.
Great series. And I'm not knocking any of it, but I'm just saying when you look back, it's like, why right when the internet was becoming a thing, and people were really kind of digging into the dark corners of conspiracy theories online, you suddenly felt the need to really push home your controlled version and narrative of World War II. You really pushed it, man. So I don't know, a lot to ask about that, but Pearl Harbor, unfortunately, I think it had its moment of this this day of heroism and all this stuff, but that moment's long gone. I think now these generations, I mean, we're at a point where Charlie Kirk is murdered, and it's like 14 minutes later on the internet, they're like, it was the Jews, so like we live in that world
and
now.
His wife is sleeping with JD Vance. It's insane.
And Candace Owens a week later is like, it was Egyptian flights coming out of the black hole, and they dumped purple sweaters on us, and then it's all tied to me and me and me. So that's how that all played out. But we live in that world now.
I'm not saying who was right or who was wrong in the argument between Candace and Ben Shapiro, but the more time goes on, she's looking like the crazy one.
Well, honestly, they both look like hustlers making money off of a tragedy.
Yeah, good call.
And
good call.
Candace and Ben Shapiro, there's no difference between these people. They're tragedy hustlers, and they're riding the wave monetarily of what happened to Charlie Kirk. I don't know who's involved still. The Charlie Kirk thing is fucking weird, man. It could have been the CIA, could have been Mossad, it could have been something internally with T-Pusa, which I love to call. It could, you know what I mean? Maybe it was some power-hungry people in there that wanted to take the thing in another direction. Maybe Erica Kirk was behind something where she has the fortune of that company. She runs it now. So what did we talk about when Charlie Kirk happened? Let's let the dust settle, and let's take a look at who's profiting off of this now. All right? Honestly, for all you people who want to blame the Jews on everything, the Jews seem to have profited the least out of all of this. He was their number one supporter, to be quite honest. And anything that came out of this was people now blame the Jews for everything, which is so lazy. It's intellectually lazy on every level. But my point being is, when you want to take a look at the Charlie Kirk assassination and the tragedy that unfolded, who made the most profits and who benefited the most in the aftermath, here we are a couple months. Candace Owens is the number one podcast now, and she's making millions off of this death. And Ben Shapiro, for Christ's sake, the blood was still pulsing through that guy's veins. And he's like, I'm going to pick up that bloody microphone and take it. We're going to ride this wave, baby. We're going to take it all the way.
And then he released like 9 specials, 9 days in a row after that, dude. It was insane.
So, and then now Tim Pool is out there and he's fighting Candace. And
I forgot that guy existed.
That's why. He's like, no one's talking about me. Oh, now I'm involved with Charlie Kirk. Oh, Charlie
Candace
Kirk,
is
Charlie
actually
Kirk.
a man.
Yeah, you should see the size of her penis. It's enormous.
She's actually an uncle.
All these people still talking about Charlie Kirk and trying to get to the bottom of it. They're milking this cash cow until the blood is completely dried on the corpse. And that's all that's happening. And eventually we will forget about it, because the bottom line is, this is how Mossad designs it. You know what I mean? They get you talking and worked up and blaming everybody, and then eventually you forget about it. It's Christmas. Let's go celebrate, right? That's how it works.
Oh, it's so funny.
Man, crazy.
Man.
We're living in a crazy world. Anything on the docket you want to hit before we close out? I don't want to keep you too long. We got football to watch today, man. Come on.
Football, yeah. Oh, man. Universal basic income in Cook County.
Are they talking about this out there?
I haven't heard nothing about this.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought so. I put it on the docket because I thought maybe you would be kind of harping about this or interested in it.
I tell everybody to get out of Illinois. When they start raising the property taxes on the old people,
yes,
you're fucked.
Absolutely.
They're out of money.
I guess Cook County has, for the last year or so, run a pilot program where they have been offering essentially a universal basic income to people, and they've now approved to guarantee this program to continue, and they're going to expand it locally. And I think I got us some sort of rundown from the only place that seems to be talking about it, which is Fox News. They love to talk about anything where the Democrats can be made fun of. And let me see here. I got that there. We're going to go share. And yeah, Mike, I'm surprised you didn't see anything about this. Maybe not so surprised, when your government owns your local media, they probably don't want you finding out about things that are going to cost them money in the long run.
And I never watch Fox.
And anything going on with government handouts just means that you, the taxpayer, the honest, hardworking individual, will be forking the bill for this. So here we go.
Universal basic income program where low-income households are guaranteed monthly payments. Fox Business's Kelly Severi is live from Chicago, where this program is unfolding after a lot of public discourse over this decision. Kelly.
Good morning, Cheryl. This is what we know so far. $7.5 million will go towards this program, but who qualifies, how much the payments will be, and what recipients can spend this money on are still up in the air. The group Economic Security Illinois says almost all of the participants use these payments of Cook County's 2022 pilot program for their basic necessities. Cook County once had the nation's largest such program, using money from the American Rescue Plan Act. For 2 years, monthly payments of $500 were given to 3,250 households, no strings attached. 56% of those in the program were employed with an average income of $21,000. Now, 94% of recipients said the money went to emergency expenses, while an Illinois think tank says that they don't believe this that this money for these people is not worth the expense to Illinois taxpayers. Listen to this.
There are over 700,000 individuals in Cook County who are below the federal poverty line. If you extended it to every individual at current program rates, that would cost over $4 billion.
Excuse me? Yeah, Mike, how much money you guys have over there in Chicago to dish out for this $4 billion bill that is going to be charged to you? You're broke, dude. Are you guys $2 billion in the hole right now?
We're raising the taxes on old people who have their taxes frozen.
Dude, when I saw this, I was like, man, we just did a clip where they don't have money for the students, for schools. They can't pay the police anymore. They're literally $2 billion in the hole. And they're like, let's go $4 billion further in the hole to guarantee income for people. It's like so crazy. Dude.
This is what happens when you elect women and men who are practically women.
Great call.
This is exactly what happens.
Absolutely. And nobody ever asks the biggest question, the elephant in the room, which is who pays for this?
Yeah, where does the money come from?
It's you, the taxpayer, the honest, hardworking individual slaving away. You are going to have to fork up the bill. $4 billion to guarantee money to these people. This is socialism, by the way. This is what they are promising you with their democratic socialism.
And it never works out.
No. This is the Yang Gang, by the way. All you Yang Gangers out there, this is the Yang Gang in action. And you know what? It doesn't work, man. No. It's crazy.
If you're working full-time and you make $21,000 a year, get another job. You're supposed to use that job as a stepping stone to another job. Go get another fucking job. Work a little harder.
Absolutely.
Man, it's crazy.
Totally nutso, man. It's tough times in the Chi-Town area.
And I just, it was so funny. I got Googled right the other day because I was arguing with the other plumbers who live in Chicago on why it's the shittiest place to live. And I brought up the fact that we're broke and we spend more money than anybody else per student. And these kids can't read or write.
Right.
They argued it. I said, Google it. They Googled it. Article comes up. There's a school in Chicago. They spend $93,000 a year per student. I think the national average is like 13 or something like that. So $93,000 per student. 0 kids in the graduating class tested at grade level for math or reading.
Yeah, exactly. We looked at that list. Remember that?
It was the same list.
Yes, it was a list of schools. It's not just a school or a district. It's a massive list of schools. Tens of thousands of dollars, or millions of dollars spent.
Well, it's tens of thousands of dollars per student. That one school is $93,000. For $93,000 a year, I could hire you a professor.
Yes,
to just
dude,
come to your
yes.
house. It'd be cheaper for you guys to sit home. We're gonna hire a professor for all of you.
Great call, man. Yeah, that's why
$93,000 a year.
That's why they need that Department of Education and the teachers union, and they're very against the charter schools and private school system. And all you go turn on PBS or CBS, they'll have guaranteed they'll have a recent program on how dangerous charter schools are. You know, you could be signing up for an indoctrination system if you go to these private schools. No, the indoctrination system is in the public schools. They're turning your kids trans, and they're turning them against you and against the state, and they're indoctrinating kids to embrace socialism. That's why we have such a massive rise in socialism right now.
It's because that's what they're taught. The teachers are taught in college.
Right.
Socialist,
and the teachers never leave that little echo chamber and just round and round and round and round and round.
Then the next thing you know, your city's getting rid of parking and driving lanes for bike lanes.
Exactly.
Bro, I had to go to the company party because it was on Taylor Street. I
right.
wanted to just shoot everybody in Little Italy. Between the bike lanes and the loading zones, there's 3 parking spots in all of it. Literally. There's fucking 3 parking spots that everybody's fighting for. Insane.
Oh man, that's Denver. You just described Denver. You know,
and it's 14 degrees outside with slush in the bike lanes. Nobody's riding a fucking bike.
Seriously,
but nobody could park their car, and nobody's riding their bike. Not one fucking biker that whole time.
Democratic socialism, man. That's what you get.
That's what the government does, though. It gives you shit you don't need that doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
And it took them forever to put that in place, too. It was probably a 3-year project that they voted on 5 years ago.
They're still doing it. They're still doing it. It's millions of dollars. It's insane.
Oh man. Well, Mike, do you want to? We can do one more if you want. I got plenty of time. I don't know how you're doing. I don't want to hold you up for anything. We got Trump. We got the World Cup. We got one headlight still cruising around town.
What's with the one headlight? What you got there?
You want to do one headlight? It's a good one.
It's visible
man.
now, right? Or next week?
I think you can see it now potentially with the with a telescope, and it did the loop, and now it's coming back through. And our favorite Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb is out there.
Harvard's not what it used to be.
That's why we don't give him too much credit here on the Dude Man podcast. He teaches at the same place as Lori Lightfoot. So you got to take everything
Stelter.
That's right. So
Brian Stelter.
Rock of salt with anything coming out of that institution, right? But he's been our favorite naysayer to all the major institutions who keep claiming, no, it's just a comet. It's an interstellar, intergalactic visitor. We got Avi Loeb saying, hey, no, this is an intergalactic kegger, my man. It's coming from a distant place. It could be aliens, and it's got our favorite characteristic, Mike. Yeah! Oh, hey, it's cruising, baby. It's coming. Yeah. So Avi's going to give us the lowdown here on some new phenomenon that they're noticing. NASA, even though they've released a series of images, they're kind of not telling a lot of the truth here. They're graying over a lot of stuff, like the 7 thrusters that are going on. He claims there's 7 craft around the intergalactic kegger at 3i Atlas. So we'll get a little rundown here from Avi.
Renowned theoretical physicist, Harvard professor, head of the Galileo Project, joins us once again. Professor Loeb, always wonderful to see you. And let's start with this. I mean, you are one of the most outspoken voices pushing for these images from NASA. They're convinced it's just a comet. Are you convinced?
Thanks for having me, Natasha. Well, the verdict should not be decided by administrators at NASA. It should be decided by the data. And in fact, the best image that they offered at the press conference indicated that there is fuzz elongated. There is some glow in front of the object in the direction of motion, not in the direction of the sun, as we might.
There's a glow in front of the object, just one, Mike. Yeah! All right, man! Yeah! It's an intergalactic kegger, baby, and they just lost a little headlight action on the way over, man.
They just need to stop off for a quick repair.
That's right, man. At the Jiffy Lube. Avoid O'Reilly. I don't know. I can never find anything at O'Reilly, right?
Might expect from evaporation of pockets of ice as a result of illumination by sunlight, or the push of the gas that comes out of those pockets of ice opposite to the direction of the sun. Instead, we see it perpendicular to the direction of the sun, in the direction of motion. And the question is whether this is a beam of light or a beam of particles that are used to clear out any micrometeorites that might be impacting the object as it moves forward. So to me, it raises more questions than it answers. And then I just calculated today that, in fact, 3i Atlas gets near Jupiter on March 16th, 2026, at a distance which is exactly identical to the distance inside of which Jupiter's gravity dominates over the sun's gravity. And this coincidence is to within 1 part in 26,000.
I don't care about whatever this guy's.
Oh,
come on,
man. Well, he goes
This
on. He
guy-
says they got the lights, and there's potentially craft around this thing. He's claiming there's evidence, and then he's really saying though that the timing of this intergalactic kegger going past Jupiter, then Mars, around the sun, making the weird turn that it made, and then coming back around and having all these jet propulsion things going on. And then it's going to also go right past Jupiter again at like the most perfect zone, like it's almost, statistically very difficult to be in that realm. It sounds like we got a craft making turns, doing moves.
I don't think so.
I think we just witnessed an intergalactic 3-point turn. That's what I think. They took the wrong exit back at Pluto, man. Oh fuck, we gotta wait till fucking Mars to make the left. This is the only
It's not my
exit,
fault,
man.
boss. It's just Pluto's not a planet anymore.
The exit was here on the map when we left, man. I don't know what's going on, dude.
What happened?
So they just huge left turn. They got to go back the other way. We've all been there. You missed the exit. You got to ride the highway up to a certain point.
It's not right there. You got
no. You got to go a couple miles. And
sun,
then you get to the bridge, the crossover, and then you get back on the exit, hightail it the other way, so you could take the right exit. I think that's just what we saw here.
Oh man, somebody's getting demoted.
Oh, I hit the button. What was that? I hit the.
Somebody's getting demoted.
Somebody got fired for this? Absolutely. And then in the meantime, the primitive beasts on Earth caught them on the radar. So now they have all this explanation to the Federation, right? You got to answer to the Federation at this point. Be like, hey, we didn't mean for those idiots to see us in space. We made the wrong turn. Nobody told us the exit was
got a blurry
closed.
image.
That's
The only one talking about us is this guy from Harvard. Nobody believes it.
I know.
They discredited themselves with 10 years of lying.
And how embarrassing to have one headlight when you make your arrival. It's just, very unclassy, uncouth.
Your wounded ship. Oh, it's terrible.
All right. So I think
3-point turn. All right.
Yeah. So we have, I think on the 21st, it makes its last bypass of Earth. It gets kind of within our zone, goes by us somewhere around Christmas-y time, and then it swings past Jupiter, and then I think it's back out, to get to the right exit that it meant to take, and that's it for our intergalactic kegger visitor, man.
At least it's got people talking about space.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the whole point about it. Or maybe it's the reptilians. They're here. They've come back to harvest the planet that they set up. We could just. Be
I hope
food.
we mined enough gold. Who are the people that
the gold might be for the Pleiadians or the Nordic Whites. I think maybe those.
Whites.
Yeah, they might be the gold hunters. Though, and I'm not 100% on that. The reptilians. I don't know. I think they're the harvesters. I think. They seeded us on this planet, and when they come back around, they're going to eat us all. I think that's they needed
that would
food.
be the worst scenario.
That is the worst
cattle.
scenario.
Oh,
I mean, starting to feel that way, right? Look at how they're fattening us all up, and maybe they're here.
I'm just a plain white guy, no seasoning. Go after those black guys. Just ask Colin Kaepernick.
Salt and pepper, man, galore, dude. Yeah, that's right, man. You want to spice it up? Go to the Indians, right? A lot of curry going on over there. Yeah,
those guys are spicy.
Not us white Americans. We're very bland, and
a lot of fat.
Maybe that's why the reptilian overlords here, they opened up the southern border. They got all that culture in here, all the brown skin. Right? Yeah, that's right. We gotta spice up the Americans before our reptilian overlords arrive and eat us all, right? They have high demands. Yeah.
Oh, that would be the worst if they came to eat us.
Well, there's claims out there that's kind of the rapture and what's in the Bible. This was all created by our reptilian overlords to convince us that when they do arrive and we start seeing people being summoned to heaven, that we are willing participants and allow ourselves to be summoned back up to heaven. And what really happens is we all get, sucked up into their spaceships and we're food, right?
Damn. Do we just walk right into the light?
Right into the light, man. Come to the light, little human. Yeah.
You think you're going to paradise?
And it's just Queen Elizabeth up there with all her other reptilians, and they're just getting ready to feast, baby. Yeah.
Chuck Schumer in his real form.
That's right. He's got his slices of cheese ready to put on your cold carcass, man.
That's why I didn't know how to cook the cheeseburger.
Well, on his home planet, you don't cook the human, man. Come on. You eat it raw, baby. That's how you get that adrenochrome, man.
Wrap the cheese around him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Schumer likes his human with a little cheese on there.
Oh, man, that'd be crazy.
Well, it makes the whole adrenochrome thing, it makes that all make sense, right? They're blood, sacrifice, and, eating the children and all that stuff.
It explains Epstein.
It explains Epstein, actually. That's
very well.
You don't understand Epstein, just look into reptilian overlords and, read some David Icke. David Icke will shine the light up.
Explains it all.
That's right.
Great stuff.
When the end comes upon us, though, it will be these nut jobs like Avi Loeb and David Icke that were the correct ones. That's how every Hollywood movie plays out. Like Randy Quaid in Independence Day was the only sane, correct person in that whole movie. Everyone else ended up being totally nuts, man. So it's the nut job at the beginning who's right all along. So
I'm back.
Yeah.
Picked a hell of a day to quit drinking.
Yes, man. The best line, dude. I always love such a great cliche from 90s movies where the guy just quits drinking and then everything goes wrong.
Then the world ends.
Bruce Willis quits drinking and then it's live free and die hard. It's that's how it should always be, man. The day you quit drinking.
So is
and you're always the most hungover. Like you had the bender the night before and they're like, all right, today I quit drinking. So you're still hungover. You're not thinking clearly, right?
Of course.
That's how it goes, man. Well, Mike, fastest hour in the universe. I cannot say unless there's anything else you want to hit on the docket. I feel like
but I do want to talk. About the last song here. We were driving in the car, and then we started talking about like black artists and everything. And I was thinking how far the black females have just lost their way. Because you got wet ass pussy,
right? Yeah,
Pop
man.
That pussy.
Awful.
And then we're racist because we make fun of it.
Exactly.
Like, who I never made fun of? Etta James.
I love where your head is at, sir.
Do you
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Tina Turner.
Man. Oh, yeah. That's right. Tina
Aretha
Turner.
Franklin.
Yes, man.
Undeniably just awesome singers. Some of the best.
Divas, man. It's literally the diva class right there. Yeah.
Not just best of the females, but in the top, you know what I mean? Best
R&B legends, my man. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know. So I got a little Etta James for us on the way out, man. I'm just saying, listen to how much better this is than what they're putting out today. If she wasn't going out there in a fucking string bikini and shaking her ass, you know what I mean? Like,
also, Etta James, no need to recapture blues and jazz and R&B for the black community. It was already theirs, and we just didn't even care. We just really enjoyed really good music.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Better times, man.
Better
Absolutely
times.
Great call.
Thanks for listening.
Folks, enjoy the great times and good oldies with your weekend, and thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week, and DJ Ratfather playing us out. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a great tune.
be no slave. I don't want you to work all day, but I want you to be true. And I just wanna make love to you, love to you, ooh, love to you. All I want to do is wash your clothes. I don't want to keep you indoors. There is nothing for you to do but keep me making love to you, love to you, ooh, love to you. And I can tell